Oh, look at that. It's like magic. It is 8 p.m. in Austin, Texas. All amateur radio traffic, please stand by. The Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net is about to begin. If there's any emergency or priority traffic, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. Well, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N5OAK. It's your favorite person. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'll be your net control for tonight. I'm transmitting from my QTH in Northwest Austin to the flagship 147-320 repeater. We also have some super exciting news. You can check in on Echolink using N5OAK-R. That's right, we finally got Echolink back up and running. We also need your help to go break it. So if you're out there listening, go fire up your Echolink app and go connect to N5OAK-R. Rick, AI5A, standing by, and he's waiting for us to break it. So y'all go blow up Echolink, N5OAK-R. If you have All-Star, you can also join in the fun, All-Star node 51444. For a list of all the repeaters and frequencies the Thursday Night Net is transmitting over, visit n5oak.org and click on the All-Star tab. We also have the welcome team standing by waiting to approve your complimentary memberships as well as join the Discord community. Tonight we've got myself and Steve hanging out in the video. We're watching how it's made. Looks like they're making some skateboards and no telling what all is going to be made tonight. So if you like how it's made, come hang out with us in the video net. Tonight's net is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. We get together every week to share knowledge, ask questions, or just hang out with the club. If you're a new ham or just new to the net, the Thursday Night Net is a social gathering, and it's a great way to get your feet wet and meet the club. You don't have to be a club member to join in on tonight's fun. Any and all licensed operators are welcome to participate. It's very easy to check into the net tonight. In just a bit, I'll ask for check-ins and take down a list of stations who want to participate. Once we have everyone checked in, I'll go down the list one at a time and give everybody the floor. Feel free to ask questions, tell us about something you've been working on, or just say hi. Just so you know what to expect, this is typically how the net goes. We start off the net with short time check-ins for those of you that can't stick around until the end. Then we go over to exam questions. We got Steve, KI5UKF, hanging out, going to do the exam questions. Thank you, sir. We got Ernesto, KI5PZN. He's going to be doing ham radio news, followed by yours truly, going to be doing the club announcements and all that kinds of fun. And then we are off to regular check-ins. If you missed the first round of regular check-ins, don't worry, we'll grab you on the next one. So with all that said, we're going to do a quick ID, and then we will jump into short time check-ins. So if you just joined us, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We are here every Thursday at 8 p.m. For more details about the club or to become a member, you can visit us online at n5oak.org. It is free to be a member. It is free to join the Discord. And we got a bunch of fun people hanging out with us right now. We got, like I said, we got How It's Made going on over in the video chat. So come make yourself smarter. All right, it's time for short time check-ins. If you want to check in and get on the log but don't have any comments tonight, just say no traffic. I won't take general comments from short timers, and if you check in a short timer and you want to join the net later on, feel free to do a recheck. You're always welcome to check in as many times as you like. To check in to tonight's net, please state your name and call sign slowly and clearly. I have been drinking. When given your call sign, please use standard ITU phonetics if you know them. If you don't, no worries. But if you don't, it's everybody else that knows them. You'll get to learn. This gives everybody an opportunity to learn that and make it easier for me. So let's see. I'm going to put him on the spot. I got Ernesto standing by. He's going to show you how to check into the net tonight. So Ernesto, if you're out there and you're next to the radio, show everybody how to check into the net tonight, please, sir.
You know, always next to a radio. All right, let's do this properly. This is Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November, Ernesto in East Austin.
Fantastic. See how he took his finger off the button there after the this is? That way if anybody's doubling, you'll hear him and you can back out. So with all that said, let's get tonight's net started. Short time check-ins. Please come with your name and your call sign now.
This is November 5, November Echo, November, Paul.
This is Kilo India 6, Hotel Quebec Tango, Ken in South Austin, no traffic.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Alpha Victor Juliet. This is Bill down in Buda, no traffic. Have a great weekend.
Okay. KG5 station, I was doing something else. I'm sorry. If you could do that again, I would appreciate it.
Kilo Juliet 5, Alpha Victor Juliet. Bill in Buda, no traffic.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. All right, everybody else, keep them coming.
This is Ka, Whiskey 5, Kilo Yankee Uniform.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 5, Hotel Kilo, Quebec. This is Jason from Elk Ranch.
Sierra Delta, David in East Austin, no traffic.
All right, David in East Austin, I did not get your call sign. All I got was David in East Austin. So if you would come back with your call sign, sir, I would appreciate it.
Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo Sierra Delta.
Very good, sir. KJ5BSZ. Howdy, howdy, sir. Good to see you on here. All right, well, that's a good short time check-in list. We got anybody else that wants to come in and play with us on the first round of short time check-ins? Come with your name and call sign. All right, well, we'll keep it right there. I think Steve's drunk. He's got all kinds of stuff. It's a good thing he's not adding me, otherwise my Discord would be going bonkers. All right, first on the list is Paul. November 5, November Echo. Paul, how are you tonight, man?
Okay, well, good evening. It's November Echo and a November on the end of that. I don't know why. It's hard to remember, but NEN is just it. Well, you know what? I really wanted to get hold of Pat. Well, better yet, I wanted Ernesto on the CW. I worked a little bit hard to get to tune my Navish rig here, my HW16 and my VF1 VF5, and it was not hard enough and drifting all over the place, but golly, someone else had the floor the whole time, and I never got through, and I'm sure I was off frequency, drifting around like I was, but I think I got a little bit close. Maybe next time. Anyway, next time, I'm really looking forward to that contact one day, so let's try it. So this is Paul in Fabio, and I have nothing more.
Roger. Roger, man. I got that extra November on there, and it made a whole lot more sense. I remember you now. So, all right, well, cool. Well, yeah, the CWNet, it's still going, so you might actually have a chance over there. Pat usually runs that thing pretty long. So, by all means, go give it a try and see. Next on the list is Ken, KI6HQT. He has no traffic. Ken, thanks for always checking into the net, man. Good to see you here. Next on the list is Bill, KJ5AVJ. Bill, what's going on, man? All right, we got Bill's already left the building. We're going to Ka, W5KYU. Ka, how are you tonight, man?
This is Ka, W5KYU. This is my first analog contact. Woohoo!
Fantastic. Am I your first contact on the repeater?
Anywhere.
Oh, man, that's exciting. Well, very cool, man. Well, congratulations. What better place than to do it on the club net? So, yeah, big round of applause for W5KYU. Very cool, man. So, what radio are you coming in on?
I got a BTEC DMR 6X2. So it took a while to set up the DMR part.
Right on, man. Yeah, the analog side of those things is rather straightforward, but the DMR is always fun. Make sure if you have any questions, go over to the DMR channel, and they'll help you out over there. We had some fun conversations between Bill and Sky as well. So, well, cool, man. Well, welcome to the net. Thanks for checking in, and, if you want to check in or comment throughout the rest of the net, you're more than welcome to. So, don't feel shy and don't be bashful. Next on the list is Jason, KF5HKQ. Jason, you're coming in loud and clear, man. What's going on?
I'm just trying out this new Echolink node that you finally got back up. It hasn't worked since I come around, so glad to see it working, and it's fun to play with Echolink and walk around the house with the audio running. But being a network engineer, I'm curious what kind of bandwidth and connection do you have setting this Echolink up, and where is it? Is it at the tower, or where the repeater is, or somewhere else?
So the Echolink is in a Docker on our hub, and our hub is out in the magical cloud. So I'm not 100% how much bandwidth and all that kinds of fun it takes, but Rick literally just got it up and running like an hour ago, so we're going to try to break it. So let us know how it sounds. Give us any kind of audio reports, anything like that. Let us know, and that goes for everybody. If you just joined in, the N5OAK-R Echolink node is up and running. I think that has been down since I've been a member, and I've been around for a while. So it's good to have that back up. We gotta stress test that thing and make it go. So it is up in the magical cloud somewhere doing its thing. And for each of the tower sites, we have a Raspberry Pi running All-Star, and they all connect into the node. So that's how that works. Any other questions?
No, that's pretty fascinating. I didn't even realize it could be hosted in the cloud. Like I didn't think about the All-Star connection ability. So it just connects All-Star to get to the tower. That's pretty neat. No, that's all I have. KF5HKQ.
Roger, man. Well, you sound good coming through the Echolink, so it looks like maybe Rick has a clue as to what he's doing. Next on the list is David, KJ5BSD. How are you tonight, man?
KJ5BSD. I'm doing pretty well. Curious why you didn't hear my call sign earlier. I was on the UT 3 to 5, which seems to be a little stronger at my place, but maybe I just didn't wait long enough after pushing my PTD button.
Yeah, it could be a whole host of things. It could be All-Star, sending it our direction as well. So I wouldn't get too worked up about it. It just sometimes that stuff happens. The second time I got the whole bit. So maybe push the PTT and wait a second. But I got David East Austin, no problem. So there's no telling why we didn't get the first part of that transmission.
Just figuring out my HT and glad to be here and no other traffic.
All right, man. Well, good luck with the HT. If you need any help, by all means, come hop in the Discord. Looks like Rick is watching AI5A. Yeah, I know you know what you're doing sometimes. I still got to give you some crap, though, man. It just means I love you. All right, well, there was our first round of short time check-ins. If you want to come in on our second round of short time check-ins, now is the time. Come with your name and your call sign.
Kilo 2 Alpha Alpha Charlie, in and out. Have a great one.
This is Kilo 5 Juliet Mike, K5JM, Sam.
All right, we got two more. We got K2AAC Art, and I believe your name is Art. I believe so. No traffic, but thank you for checking in. And next on the list is Sam, K5JM. How's it going, Sam?
Hey, Rusty, thanks for taking my short time check-in. And it's been just getting back into the week here. I was at the beach last weekend. Did a little bit of radio over on the HT there down in Galveston Island, which was kind of fun. And we're back here having a great time tonight on the CW Net right before this one. So join us if you dare. And that's all I got. Back to you, Rusty, K5JM.
All right, Sam. Well, thanks for coming and playing on the net with us. Paul, N5NEN, I think he was trying to make contact over there. So if you hear N5NEN, I don't know, he thinks he might be off frequency or something like that, but Paul's trying to get in to say hi. And let's see, Cody says that Echolink is not working. Cody, go try, we have new Echolink, November 5, Oscar Alpha Kilo. Go to the N5OAK-R on Echolink. We're testing it out. It just started working today. So, yellow liver spots, go over to the N5OAK Echolink. All right, well, there we have it. We have Art, we have Sam. We got anybody else wants to come play with us on round 2 of short time check-ins before we move the net along. Come with your name and call sign.
KO5HJQ.
Go ahead, Jason.
Just wanted to report that I'm starting to hear some sidelining on the Echolink node now, like front of the bandwidth. It could be me, but it's unlikely. But I'm transmitting on it now, so maybe it's a one-way issue. So, anyway, that's all I got. KF5HJQ.
Well, you sound pretty awesome. So no telling. We'll put that on the log for Rick to go look at. One-way traffic. Anybody else want to play short time check-in before we move on? Come with your name and call sign.
This 5BZI.
What's up, Ray?
I am working on the radio. So I am elbow deep in wax paper capacitors and vacuum tubes. I just had an 80 spectacularly fizzle and blow up. It looked like I had my own little contained, I don't know, like astronomical event. It was pretty cool. I wish I had my phone ready to record it. It was pretty awesome. But other than that, it's going pretty well.
but I'm, like I say, I'm pretty heavy into this radio and making progress, so I want to keep going. Thanks for hosting tonight, man. We'll catch y'all later. K5BZI.
I gotta say, I'm kind of jealous of your electronic projects. You definitely like to get elbow deep in lots of things and try to make that stuff work. So good on you, and thanks for sharing it with the club, man. It's always good to just have that out there for the new people in case they're wondering or they want to come over and watch. It's a fun thing. So thanks for making that happen. All right, well that's the end of round number 2 of short time check-ins, and before we get into regular check-ins, we're going to review questions, 1 or 2 from the FCC's current general exam pool. If you have a technician license, this will give you a sample of what the test is about. If you already passed your general exam, it's always a good thing to review the material in preparation for your extra license. Just ask anybody. I get these right all the time, so it's just one of those things. It's pretty amazing. Steve's laughing at me. Whatever, Steve. All right, speaking of, let's send it over to Steve, KI5UKF, for tonight's exam question. Steve, the floor is all yours, sir.
Good evening, Oak Hill Radio Club. This is Steve, KI5UKF, transmitting from Dripping Springs on the 320, the Oak. We're going to have a couple of questions tonight that are from the general exam pool. This is the new and improved, effective July, whatever exam pool, but it's effective now. And we're going to start out with technicians only. So technicians only, take a shot at this first question. And the question is, what is meant by the gain of an antenna? A, the additional power that is added to the transmitter power. B, the additional power that is lost in the antenna when transmitting on a higher frequency. C, the increase in signal strength in a specified direction when compared to a reference antenna. Or D, the increase in impedance on receive or transmit compared to a reference antenna. Happy to repeat those again, but technicians only, please come and give it a shot. Give us your name and call sign and your answer.
KI5YLF, can I go ahead and get the question answered again? Sorry about that.
You bet, Cody. Here's the question. What is meant by the gain of an antenna? A, the additional power that is added to your transmitted power. B, the additional power that is lost in the antenna when transmitting on a higher frequency. C, the increase in signal strength in a specified direction when compared to a reference antenna. Or D, the increase in impedance on receive or transmit compared to a reference antenna.
Alright, now I heard it that time. I'm going to go with C, Charlie.
We got Cody down for C, Charlie. Anybody else? Any other technicians only want to take a shot at this?
This is KG5 PKP, Kilo Golf 5, Papa Kilo Papa Mobile. My name's Jerry, and I'm going to go with A.
All right, well, great. We got Jerry down for Alpha, and we got Charlie. Anybody else want to take a shot at this question?
This is K5BQE. Josh, I'm going to say Charlie.
There's another one for Charlie. Any other technicians want to take a shot at this question? There is no penalty on your actual exam for a loss on this one, so come on now and take a chance. All right, let's open it up to all levels of licenses. Take a shot at this question. What is meant by the gain of the antenna? A, the additional power that's added to the transmitter. B, the additional power that's lost in the antenna when transmitting on a higher frequency. C, the increase in signal strength in a specified direction when compared to a reference antenna. Or D, the increase in impedance on receive or transmit compared to a reference antenna. All licenses, all classes, welcome to try and answer now.
KI5PZN with C.
KI6HQT, also C.
All right, looks like we have several Charlies and an Alpha in there. The answer actually is Charlie. C. What is meant by the gain of an antenna? The answer is the increase in signal strength in a specified direction when compared to a reference antenna. Let's move on to our second question. Again, technicians only when we start out. I think this one, to me anyway, this one should be on the easy end. The question is, what does an SWR reading of 4 to 1 mean? Alpha, an antenna loss of 4 decibels. Bravo, a good impedance match. Charlie, an antenna gain of 4, or Delta, an impedance mismatch. So again, technicians only, come on and hazard a guess.
This is KJ5BUE. I'm going to say Delta.
We got one Delta. Other answers. Come on now.
KJ5, David J. I'm going to go with Delta.
That last channel station could not quite read your answer. Come back again on that.
Delta.
All right, we got a Delta. Anybody else want to try and answer this one on the technician class? What does a SWR reading of 4 to 1 mean? An antenna loss of 4 dB, A? B, a good impedance match. C, an antenna gain of 4, or D, Delta, and impedance mismatch. Come on now with your answer, technicians only.
This is KG5PKP. I'm going to go with D this time.
Anyone else?
KI5YLS. I'm going to rebel against the crowd. I'm going to say Charlie.
All right, any other technicians want to try and take a shot at this one? Over. All right, let's open her up to the generals and the extras and any other technicians that didn't hazard a guess so far. Anybody of any licensed class want to take a shot at this question? Come on now with your name and call sign.
KI6 HQT, Delta.
Is that Delta? Anyone else? Okay then, well, the correct answer is Delta. A 4 to 1 SWR reading on your antenna meter or analyzer means that you have an impedance mismatch. Thanks for all the great answers tonight. Sounds like everybody got the majority, both of them pretty right, which is good because I tried to kind of pick from the easier side of the pool tonight. There are some more difficult types of questions on the general exam, but everybody did a good job, so thanks very much. And this is KI5UKF with thanks to Rusty for running the net tonight. Back to net.
Thank you, sir, for pulling off the questions there last minute. And for those of you that want to come hang out in the video, we got Cody staring at his phone. We got Uncle Ray. He is knee-deep in fixing radios, so if you want to see somebody fix radios and listen to a net, come hang out with him. We got David, K7TVA. We got Steve. We got, we got everybody. We got Thomas, all the fun people. So come hang out with us in the video net and watch them how it's made. We're watching them make stockings, I think, is what we're making now. These machines that they've got are just awesome. All right, well, if you just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We are here every Thursday at 8 p.m., and man, do we have a whole lot of fun. For more details about the club or to become a member, visit us online at n5oak.org. While you're doing that, we're going to turn it over to Ernesto, the vice president of the club, KI5PZN. He's going to give us ham radio news tonight. Senor Ernesto, the floor is all yours.
Surprise! This is KI5SYX replacing Ernesto for the news tonight, if that's okay. I kind of stole the mic. Roger that, Rusty?
Oh, we prefer you over Ernesto all day long, so get in here, Mireya, and thanks for playing with us tonight.
This is KI5SYX with tonight's ham radio news. From the Amateur Radio Newsline, report 2387. All three reports will be from the future. This report is from Friday, July 28th, 2003. Oh man, not the past. The future is 2023. Radio operator needed for Indian Antarctic expedition. India's government is looking for a radio operator to join the team at the country's research station in the Antarctic. If you like cold weather, this might be for you. A qualified radio operator is among the many posts being advertised for the next Indian Antarctic expedition, with preference being given to ham or maritime radio operators. The National Center for Polar and Ocean Research has been interviewing candidates for a variety of contract positions to work at its Antarctic research base beginning in November of this year. The research session will end in 2025. Radio communication is considered an essential component of this expedition, which hopes to look at the ecosystem as well as satellite communication, ionospheric studies, stellar observations, and climate change. This might be for you because the government has been seeking for a candidate proficient in English. Next on the news, Moon Day puts spotlight on ham radio. Although the event at the Frontiers of Flight Museum was called Moon Day, amateur radio shared the spotlight with the help of AMSAT and 2 area ham clubs. Moon Day was held in Dallas, Texas, at the Love Field Museum on July 22nd. That's the anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission in 1969. The educational event celebrated ham radio communications through satellites while acknowledging the great strides that have been made since that historic lunar landing. AMSAT Ambassador Tom Schlesser and 5HYP told Newsline that AMSAT's presentation focused on amateur radios in space with the help of AMSAT's Virginia Smith, NV5V, and Calvin Cluck, Tony Medina, NT5TM, guests who shared about the technology on the communications. The keynote speaker was a retired NASA astronaut, Shane Kimbrough, KE5HOD. Working along AMSAT, the Dallas Amateur Radio Club, W5FC, demonstrated the use of repeaters, Morse code, and HF bands. A number of young scouts were able to work towards their radio and exploration merit badges. This was the 15th annual Moon Day held at the museum, and Tom told Newsline that it will be back next year. Maybe you can make it next year. Sounds like fun. And finally on the news, radio bumblebees take flight using CW. Sunday, July 30th has been set aside for bumblebees. Those are the radio operators who will be operating URP, as they call CQ. Here's how the bees are ready to go. The Adventure Radio Society is hoping for a swarm of bumblebees on Sunday the 30th, or at least that's the buzz. For the 4-hour period between 1700 and 2100 UTC, the organizers of a casual CW contest called the Flight of the Bumblebees are encouraging portable operators to walk, cycle, row, etc., using any means of engine-free travel, and set up a field site. There will be calling CQ with their call signs and a unique identifying bumblebee number assigned to them. For bumblebees, being in the field is important. The society, which was created in 1996, tries to foster the practice of radio operators in an ecologically responsible manner. Now remember, bumblebees are small, so this is going to be a QRP event and no one will be transmitting more than 5 watts. Typically, these radio bumblebees can be found on 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters, around standard QRP frequencies. Who will be looking for them? Other bumblebees, of course, but home-based stations who are also operating QRP can chase the bees or one another. For details, rules, and information, visit arsqrp.blogpost.com. Bumblebees and home-based stations will be eligible for commendations based on points, but additional recognition will be given to those busy bees who operate from attractive sites, have an unusual adventure, or perhaps operate with a notable equipment. As with previous such contests, this one is sure to create a hive of activity. And that's it for the news. This is KI5SYX. This has been tonight's news. Back to you, Rusty.
Thank you, Mireya, for coming and hanging out. It's been too long since we've heard you on a net, so hopefully we'll get to hear you sooner than later. But thank you very much to Miresto for pulling that out. All right, so next up on the list is our wonderful Fox News, and it's going to be brought to us by Sky N5LX. So Sky N5LX, if you're not playing around with the Echolink, it is time for Sky Fox News. Get in here and let us know what's going on.
Hey, can you hear me okay? This is N5LX.
Yes, sir, you're coming through just fine.
Alright, usually I have my other radios up to my ear, but anyway, yeah, Fox Hunt news for this last week. Let's see, we had one fox hunt this last weekend. The Fox transmitter was located south of the river, and it was off of Maggie Bend Road near the intersection of Escarpment and Davis Lane, so not too far from where I live. I could actually, I could pick it up from my house, so I could keep an ear on it, make sure the battery was okay. It's not always the case, but when I do hide one that's close like that, it's kind of handy. But anyway, as usual, it was way up high, hidden way up high in a tree, and this time it was along a trail, and next to what's called, on the map, it says it's called Hidden Park, and it was along the Lotta Branch Greenbelt Trail. It was a hot weekend, but where I hid it, the trees provided lots of shade, I think, and the fox was hidden so that the hunt didn't involve a lot of sweat or burrs or chiggers. So I think it should have been fun for those who participated. This week's really outstanding hunters were Paul, KA5FZU, Phil, AA5EX, and Mark, N5UMT. Those guys are all really good fox hunters from what I've seen in previous hunts. Mark ended up earning the Super Fox Hunter status this last week for solving the extra fox hunt puzzle. There was kind of a bonus challenge for this last week's hunt that I added, but I'm not going to elaborate on it, so it'll be more fun for other hunters in the future if they don't have any details on it. And I think Paul and Mark know what it was all about, but they'll keep it a secret just to make it more fun for everybody and keep everybody guessing. Anyway, suffice it to say that in some future hunts, I'm going to try to change things up, make things different. a little bit different once in a while. I'm going to do a real quick reset here. As always, if I get anybody's name or call sign wrong, please let me know. I think I got it all right this time. There was only 3. Anyway, there's going to be a fox hunt this coming weekend, and only one that I know of. If there's another one, that'd be awesome. So get out your coolers and load it up with ice-cold drinks and get out there and participate. As always, if you haven't tried one of our radio direction finding transmitter hunts and you think you might be interested, you can find out more by stopping by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's website, n5oak.org, or you can check the club's Discord site and head to the Fox Hunt channel where details of up-and-coming fox hunts will be posted, along with information about how to make a portable fox hunting directional antenna like a tape measure Yagi. Those things work really good, and they're fun to build. And you can also find information on how to create a fox hunt map if you think you might be interested in actually hosting a hunt. That's kind of a fun challenge, finding a place that you think might be suitable for a fox hunt that's accessible, not on private property. Anyway, if you're interested in hosting a fox hunt, our club should have a fox transmitter that you can borrow, though I'm not sure it's up and running. I think the last time I talked to Rusty, it might have indicated that it's under repairs, so you can touch base with him and see. But anyway, you can always, as always, use Discord for any questions that you have about fox hunting or for any other topics or activities going on. And that's about it for this week. I hope you join us for this up-and-coming fox hunt. Thanks for listening to Fox Hunt News. This is N5OAK.
Thanks, Sky, for making that happen. You timed out the repeater just before you took a break. That was pretty awesome. So, thanks N5LX for the Fox News, and thanks you, Steve, for KI5UKF for the news. For the questions, and Mireya, KI5SYX for the questions. Next up, it's time for official club business. So, y'all sit back and get ready. We are officially at 552 members. We got 2 new members since last Thursday. We got Steven, KI5HWD. Steven hung out with us a lot on the Friday Night Trivia Net. And we got Kenneth. Kenneth is in the Discord. He does not have a call sign yet, so if you see Kenneth in the Discord, y'all make sure that you say hi. We are in need of donations. It has been a very expensive quarter, so we've had to get 2 repeaters back online, and our bank account could use some loving for sure. If you got some spare cash laying around, you can find out all the details on how to donate to the club at n5oak.org. Just click on that donate tab. While you're there, you can also buy some club gear, get the logo on a coffee mug, or a water bottle, or a t-shirt, or a hoodie, because right now that's what we need. You need a hoodie with our logo on it. It'd be awesome. Cody, what is in your mouth, man? You look crazy. Looks like Cody's eating a massive marshmallow. All right, so coming up this Tuesday is our next Elmer Academy. George, K5TR, Mr. Super Contester himself, is going to be talking about contesting and how to get into contesting and how he does it and answering any and all questions. So if you are interested in contesting or just want to sit along and have some fun, we do these online in the Elmer Academy in the Discord. It's the video net, so it's our own little version of Zoom. So if you're a member of the Discord, you're already set, ready to go. It is Tuesday, August the 1st at 7 p.m. And for those of you that don't know, George, K5TR, he's a heck of a contester. And he's really good at making antenna farms as well. So go check out k5tr.net. And go check out his QRZ page as well. So next Tuesday, if you want to learn about contesting, got any questions about that, come talk to George. The next club meeting is Saturday, October 21st at the Austin branch of the Austin Public Library. We will be following that with our testing session on Saturday, October 21st. So if it is time to upgrade or get your buddy licensed, we do them after every quarterly club meeting. So you can do that. Sign up online. All the details are online as well. And we just booked the park for our second ever park potluck. It'll be November 4th. More details to come. We've got it on the calendar, though, so you can go and mark your calendar. November 4th. It's the first Saturday of November. It's the park potluck. And last time we had a parks on the air station. We had 4 fox hunts. We had fried chicken. We had like 40-something people show up. It was a whole lot of fun. So put it on your calendar, November 4th, the N5OAK Park Potluck. It won't be the same without you. Like Sky said, this weekend coming up, we got the Sky Fox. N5LX is going to be hosting a fox hunt. If you want to learn about fox hunts, the best thing to do is show up for Old Man Breakfast. It's early, man. It is really early. But 8 a.m. at the Waterloo Ice House on 183 in Burnett. Again, the details are on our calendar. It's every Saturday. It's the Austin Club, and they've been meeting for breakfast since before I was born. And they'll keep doing it until the world doesn't exist anymore. But Old Man Breakfast, Waterloo Ice House, 8 a.m. Come join us, and from there we usually go fox hunting. So if you have any questions about that, by all means, come hang out with us for breakfast at 8 a.m. It is super early, and you'll get to see Ernesto's smiling face for sure. And we are also always on the lookout for new net controllers like Steve, KI5UKF. He's our newest net controller, and he is doing a bang-up job. So if this sounds like fun, it's super easy. Like, you know, we'll get you in. The best way to start is to do, like, news and exam questions. So, you know, come talk to us and chat with us. We're open for anybody to come in and play net control. The script is pinned in the Thursday Night Net channel. So if you want to come in here and chat with everybody and see what we're up to, come play net control. It's a whole lot of fun. The easiest way to stay up to date with all these things, everything that I've just mentioned, it's in the calendar. You can subscribe to the official club calendar over at n5oak.org. Just click on the calendar tab, and you too can have everything in there in your calendar. We'll put it in there for you. It's like magic. Now we got all the formal bits done. We're going to do another quick ID, and then we will get into regular check-ins. This is, as Ray says, the meat and potatoes of the net. If you just tuned in and you don't know what's going on, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We are here every Thursday at 8 p.m. For more details about the club, how to join, donate money, whatever you want to know about the club, and join our Discord, go over to n5oak.org, and you can find out all those things. I'll be looking for regular check-ins here shortly. No membership is required. Any licensed operator is welcome to check into the net. New hams are encouraged to check in, so all you KJ5s, get in here and come play. We'd love to have you and hear from you. Tonight's question is, what is your favorite radio? If you have a favorite radio that harkens back, I don't care if it's a walkie-talkie or a CB, I don't care what it is. If you have a favorite radio, we want to know what it is. It is officially time for regular check-ins, and y'all know the drill. We're going to kick off regular check-ins, and we're looking for anybody and everybody that wants to come play with us. I'm going to come over here and get in my log so that I can actually be ready for y'all. It is time for regular check-ins. Y'all show up and give me your name and call sign, please.
This is November 5 Sierra Mike Oscar Bill, North Austin.
This is Kilo India 5 Papa Zulu November Ernesto in East Austin.
This is KG5 PKP Kilo Golf 5 Papa Kilo Papa. This is Jerry. I'm in Caldwell County.
This is Kilo India 5 Yankee Yellow River Spot, Cody and Fort Hood.
This is Kilo 7 Tango Victor Alpha, David in North Austin.
This is AI5A, Rick, South Austin.
This is Thomas, Whiskey 5, Tango, November, Charlie.
This is Kilo Golf 5, Tango, November, Foxtrot, handheld.
Anybody else want to come in round one regular check-ins? Come with your name and call sign. All right, we're going to shut it off right there. Let's go to the top of the list. Bill, N5SMO. How are you, sir? What's your favorite radio? I'm sure you might have maybe more than one.
It depends on what you're doing with it, but for just an all-around general great value for the money that has a fantastic receiver, I'd say the Yaesu FTDX10, and probably the 710 too, since it's very similar. But I love my FTDX10. Got rid of the 7300 for it, and no regrets whatsoever. But things have been going good here for me. Been working the gray line in the morning because I have something in my neighbor's house that is wiping me out noise-wise on everything except 10 meters during the day. So if I could get up before they get up, I got a chance. But picked up Timor and Sri Lanka on Digi during the last couple of weeks here. So that's about it for me. Back to you, Rusty from N5SMO.
Yeah, you know, Bill, I'm hearing a lot of good things about that Yaesu radio, so it's good to hear that you like it. All right, we got Bill N5SMO. If you got any questions for Bill or just want to say hi, come with your name and call sign.
Yeah, 5 UKF, Steve.
Steve?
Yeah, Bill, I missed that model number. Is that the brand new Yaesu that's just out like in the last few months? Over?
No, negative, Steve. It's the one right before that, but they use a very similar receiver architecture. The 710 is the newest one, and that's a pure SDR, and I have the FTDX10, which is a hybrid, which has a superhead front end with a mixer and roofing filters, and then it's SDR on the back end, but you still have digital DSP filters as well, and it's a great radio for working weak signals or weak signals next to strong signals. It's man, during the contest, it just makes a huge difference compared to what the 7300 could do, picking stuff out and isolating a station with a real strong station next to it. Back to net, N5SMO.
Anybody else got anything for Bill before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
Sky N5LX.
Go ahead, sir.
I had a quick question. I've read a little bit about it, but how do you know if you're communicating with somebody via gray line? Well, on Digi, PSK Reporter will show you, because it'll show all the stations that are hearing you. It'll certainly show you know, if it's a country like Sri Lanka, there's probably only one guy that's active there, and you'll see the icon, and you can see the map, the sun, the darkness, dusk delimiter line there overlaid on the PSK reporter map. And if you're both on, you know, right along the periphery of that boundary between light and dark, chances are it's gray line propagation. At least that's my theory there. Now, you know, if it's CW or sideband, you know, I guess you could look like at a geo clock or something like that. And if you know where they are, you could find their grid and see where they fall. But with Digimode, it's pretty easy with PSK Reporter. Back to net.
Thanks for that. That's kind of along the lines of what I was thinking, and I've always used the map, but it was good to hear you mentioned some other things that I wasn't aware of, so thanks. This is N5LX.
Also, Sky, it usually you'll only hear them for like 15 or 20 minutes. They're there for a little bit and then they're gone, you know, as the sun moves on. So that's another pretty good indicator. N5SMO.
Thanks for that. This is N5LX, back to net control.
Roger. Anybody else want to come in and chat with Bill? Come with your name and call sign. All right, nothing heard. Well, thanks, Bill, for checking in on the net and being the oracle of information on the Discord, man. We appreciate everything that you do, and thanks for hanging out with us. Next on the list is Ernesto, KI5PZN. What's going on, Ernesto?
It's KI5PZN. Hey, Rusty, thank you for running the net, and hello to everybody listening and participating tonight. Glad I made it tonight. I missed the net last week. Let's see. Well, a reminder for the breakfast. That's the first thing I want to bring up. We meet every Saturday at 8 a.m. at Waterloo Ice House on 8600 Burnett Road. That's just south of 183. And the zip code over there, if you want to put it in your Googly, it's 78757. Let's see. Aside from that, been working with Midea Construction as a non-profit for the last month or so it's been interesting and it's kind of like a workout, but oh man, thank goodness for Tylenol. And then you heard me earlier, my mobile radio seems to be dying, so that's the thing. I don't know, I guess a lot of mileage in a few years. I use that radio a lot too. That used to be my base radio, but Bill, K5EB, have been hooked up. Thank you, homie, if you're listening. Got replacement lined up for the PZN, so hopefully we'll have another radio on the truck soon. I think that's about it, man. It's a bunch of stuff happening. Well, I guess still doing a lot of, not a lot, but try to get on HF every evening when I can on 40 meters to chat with the guys, but I think that's it, man. Back to you. This is KI5PZN.
Right on, man. Well, you didn't tell us what your favorite radio was. We told you which one was broken, but what's your favorite radio, man?
Well, it depends on what we are doing. If we're talking about 11 meters, then I really like using the Cobra 2000 because I don't know, it's all those knobs and needles. It feels like you're flying a spaceship. And then I'll say for him, this one, which is the one that I use the most, the Yaesu 991A. That's a all bands, all modes, all of the things in one radio. So it's been working really well. I have this thing for almost 2 years now, and as you know, I put quite a bit of mileage on this guy as well. So those are my two favorite radios, and I would say back to net.
Roger, man. All right, we got Ernesto with us, KI5PZN. Anybody want to come chat with him? Come with your name and call sign.
Kilo 7 Tango Victor Alpha.
The floor is yours, David.
Hey, Ernesto, I just wanted to ask, what is that nonprofit that you're working for? Because I volunteered with Habitat for Humanity, but they kind of shut down for the summer in the heat. So I'm curious, might be something that I'm interested in getting into.
Well, thank you for asking, David. It is a home for adults with, I think it's called developmental disabilities. They change that term every few years, so I have to keep up with that. In North Austin, we found a house, and we are retrofitting it for this. We are planning on having between 5 or 6 residents on the house. So there's a lot of work that we've been doing over the last couple of months. But that's what we're working on. It's sparrows-austin.org if you want to check it out. Sparrows as a bird, sparrows-austin.org.
Okay, right on. And is there a particular schedule to work days that goes with that?
We are going to schedule a big work day to get a whole bunch of stuff done. So I would post you guys so you know when that's happening. Thank you for asking again. This is CAFI PZN.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, definitely let me know. K7 TVA back to net.
Sparrows-Austin. There we go. Anybody else got anything for Ernesto before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
N5SMO.
All yours, Bill.
Hey, Ernesto, I was just looking online at that Cobra 2000, and that's a pretty cool looking radio. I'm just wondering how long you've had it. Did you get it when they came out way back when, or is it something you recently acquired? Back to Ernesto, N5SMO.
Hey, Bill. Well, no, man. When those radios came out, I was broke. I was a student, and no, man. I remember I used to look at those things in catalogs and just drool about the radio. But no, I got it as an adult already. You know, I was already here in Austin when I bought it. So a few years ago, not that many years ago, but. Yeah, it's a fun radio, man. It's a really fun radio. You can still find them on eBay. They're in pretty decent shape, but yeah, it's funny. Jeff, M5M&W just sold one not too long ago, and it was a good price too, and it was really nice looking. Back to you.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, that's a really nice looking piece of kit. It has that CB vibe to it for sure. N5SMO.
Talking the CB. All right. Anybody else want to chat with Ernesto? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, thanks, Ernesto, for checking in. Maybe we'll get Mireya on round number 2. Next on the list is my buddy Jerry, KG5PKP, just south of Austin, hanging out with cattle. Jerry, what's going on, and what's your favorite radio, man?
Oh, there's not much going on but the heat. Now I'm out here in the middle of the U-Boy Ranch, and my neighbors haven't come up yet. I'm kind of looking for them. My favorite radio was an old Lafayette KT 320, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. It was an old tube type. It was the receiver side. I didn't have my ham license at the time. I was just a young man. But my dad bought it for us, and it come in a kit. He put it together and got it working, and I monitored mostly the 20, it went from 20 to 80 meters, 40 in between, and I listened mostly to the 20-meter band, but I really enjoyed just listening to those ham operators talk. I'd sometimes turn it on at night and lay in my bed when I was supposed to be sleeping, getting ready for school, and then I'd wake up the next morning, I'd be too sleepy nearly to go to school.
fun. Yeah, I bet the receive only, that's a good way to keep you from transmitting. You just, all you can do is sit there and listen. Well, very cool, man. We got Jerry, KG5PKP, hanging out with us. Anybody want to come in and chat? Come with your name and call sign.
This is KG5PKP again. I have a couple of questions I want to ask you if you're ready.
Yes, sir. Come with them.
Okay, the first one is I'm looking for a 6-meter radio. I would like to have a Motorola transceiver, the Max Track or something like that, that has been converted over to the ham band. And if anybody has one, I'll give them. I'm going to put my phone number out, and so you can call me. Call me tomorrow, or anytime after tomorrow. But my phone number is area code 512-359-0511. And my next question is, I would like to join your club sometime. If you'd give me a call or something and let me know what's required, I would be interested in joining.
All right, well, I can take care of the first one. It's super easy. To join the club, all you got to do is go online to n5oak.org, and you can join the club there. It's absolutely free to join us, and we also have the Discord server there. So that's the easiest part. If we got Jerry here looking for a 6-meter radio, if anybody out there listening wants to come talk to Jerry, has a 6-meter rig or something like that, come with your name and call sign.
I have a question, N5SMO, for Jerry about that radio.
Go ahead, Bill.
I'm not familiar with the radio he mentioned, but he said Motorola, so I'm thinking he's looking for a FM, 6-meter FM radio. Is that correct, or are you looking for a all-mode 6-meter radio? Back to Jerry.
This is KG5PKP. No, sir, I'm looking for the FM only.
Okay, thanks for that. I don't know of one, but I'll keep my eyes open. I'm always looking at used stuff and various sales listings. If I see something, I'll let you know. N5SMO, back to net.
Okay, I'm going to cut out of here, but I just want to make sure I put my phone number out there. If anybody has anything they want to talk to me about, they can call me tomorrow sometime. And if I don't answer the phone, please leave a message on my answering service, and I'll get back with you.
All right, Jerry. Well, thanks for coming to hang out with us, and tell the neighbors we said hi. And, yeah, man, we're here. So come ping us on the repeater if nobody's chatting with you. We'll figure something out. Next on the list is Cody. KI5, yellow liver spots, eating marshmallows and got a haircut. Look how pretty you are. Oh, man, oh, man. Get in here, Cody. Tell us what you're up to, and tell us what your favorite radio is, man.
Well, hello, Rusty. It's KI5, yellow liver spots. Cody from Colleen, Forsyth area. Not a whole lot's been going on. Work has kind of put me on weekend schedule only, so been in the process of trying to find a second job in the meantime, because I need a little bit more than just the weekends. So I've been kind of chilling this week, trying to find a second job, getting ready for my GED. I go in and take the first 2 tests on the 8th, and then I got to go back in to schedule the last 2. I'll be taking math and science. So that's interesting. But right now I'm just sitting here. I'm sipping on some Jack Daniel's Southern Peach. I'm showing the Discord if you guys are in the Discord. It's 4.8% alcohol, and it's a nice little beverage that I like to sip on when I'm chilling around the house. As for the question, let me reset real quick. As for the question about my favorite radio, Well, Echolink, first of all, because it's just convenient with me having a 3-monitor computer setup. It's just convenient. But if I had to go for an actual radio, I'm so bad with remembering things, but somebody gave me my first ever Baofeng HT, which I'm also showing the Discord. And it's a really nice one. Matter of fact, when I came to Winter Field Day, when I got close to the location it was at, I hooked it up to the N50AK repeater and was able to talk to you guys as I come rolling into Winter Field Day location. So that was cool. Let me reset again. And those were not marshmallows that I was eating, Rusty. I have to correct you on that. Those were Uncrustables, which are peanut butter and strawberry jam sandwiches, for you guys who don't know. Basically just a PB&J, but without the crust. I like them. They're good. They're made by Schmuckers. Good old Schmuckers. Other than that, just been kind of chilling and studying and looking for a second job. Back to net.
Oh yeah, man. I love the Uncrustables. You just keep them in the freezer. It kind of looked like you were foaming at them out there for a little bit. I was kind of worried about you, but all right. Well, so Cody's looking for a second job. He's still hanging out at Chipotle, working on the GED. Good for you, buddy. Anybody want to come say hi to Cody, KI5YLS? Come with your name and call sign.
Whiskey 5, Tango November Charlie.
Go ahead, Thomas. The floor is yours.
Hey, Cody, I was wondering if you got a chance to try that the pork bowl at the Chipotle. It's called the Carnitas.
How's it going, Thomas? I have not. So I've ate at Chipotle twice now since I've worked there. Before I worked there, I've never eaten there before. But I've eaten there twice now, and I've had, the first time I had a chicken bowl. Actually, no, 3 times, sorry. The first time I had a chicken wrap, then the second time I had a chicken bowl, and then the third one I had a quesadilla, a chicken quesadilla, which was really good. So that's all I had, and I put in the Discord, I don't know if you saw it, but I really like your Minecraft chicken profile picture in Discord. I'm a Minecraft player myself, so I like that. That's cool. Back to you.
I used to have, the Discord Nitro or whatever it was before Nitro, when you could have an animated thing, and my chicken would walk when you would mouse over it, but I let my subscription expire, so now it just sits there, but yeah. I got a 4-year-old, and so we keep the house stocked with Uncrustables for her, and I love it whenever she doesn't finish one, or, she just leaves one on the table. I can scoop it up and finish it, pretend I'm doing a good deed by, not letting things go to waste, but really, I just like them. That's all I got. Good to chat with you. W5TNC.
That's right, I forgot you'd never eaten at Chipotle. Alright, well, it sounds like, it sounds good. So give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you think it's better or worse than, what's the other burrito place? The Freebirds. Do you still like it better or worse than Freebirds? No, it's worse than Freebirds? Alright. Anybody else want to come chat with Cody before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
KC3, NAG.
Oh, yes, we got Randy. Come chat with Cody, Randy.
Hey there, Cody. You know what? You are a peach, man. You are just peachy.
What's going on, Randy? Oh my god, I got something mixed up there for a second. What's up, Randy? Yeah, I guess I could say I'm sweet as a peach, so thanks for the compliment. I don't know. I can't do straight Jack Daniels. For me, it's just too strong, and I wrinkle my nose every time I try to do a Jack Daniels shot. But these Southern Peach Country Cocktails is what they're called. I don't know. I always like them. They were good, so I always got them for Jack Daniels. But that's a good leisure drink for me. If I'm going out to the club, I rather do Jaeger bombs. So those are always fun.
Well, yeah, man. But if you want to taste a real addiction, you want to do some Jack and Coke, like Coca-Cola Coke. Yeah, man, that stuff is delicious.
Yeah, so I've actually tried Jack and Coke because that's my mom's go-to drink, and so she's had me try it a couple times. I don't mind Jack and Coke because the Coke does kind of mellow out the Jack, but I don't know. I just like this one mostly, so I just get this one. And this is I bought like 5 of them, and this is the second one I've had. So I've got about 3 more. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Debating whether or not I drink them all tonight and have a good night or not. That's a debate. I don't know yet.
Okay, thanks for sharing that with us, Cody. We'll know what to get you for Christmas now. KC3NHE, back to net control.
All right, thanks, Randy. Anybody else want to come chat with old Yellow Liver Spots before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
Kilo 5, Bravo, Zulu, India.
Come on, Uncle Ray.
Hello, nephew. How you doing there, buddy? And I just wanted to jump in and say that Cody's favorite radio is Echo Link. All right. And I prefer Jim over Jack. And for the record, I really love my U2 FD847. All right. Let's have it, Cody. K5BZS.
What's going on, Uncle? I see you're putting in a whole, you look like you're doing, the world's hardest math problem over there. That's what it looks like you're doing. You just got writing everywhere and a massive, good Lord, look at all that. World's hardest math problem, it looks like. But, yeah, you look like you definitely got a project over there. Geez. Not a whole lot going here. Like you said, yes, Echo Link is my favorite. And yeah, back to you, Ray, unless you're good, and then back to net.
Thanks, kiddo. K5BZI, back to net.
All right, so since you are an Echo Link expert at this point, Cody, how does the new N508K Echo Link, is it holding up to the K5 TMT? What is your opinion? Because we got Rick in here listening, so let him know what you think about the new Echo Link node.
Well, first of all, it didn't start out too good with having you as the net controller, so there's always that. No, I'm just messing. It's good. The only thing that it has is, it sounds like every once in a while I'm hearing a massive echo. It's on and off, and I saw some people in the Discord talking about how they went over to Spectrum, it was worse, and then over to AT&T 5G, it's even worse. So yeah, it's on and off, like Sky's saying. Sky's just copying what I'm saying. But that's about all my input is. TNT has always been my favorite one, but I've had this one in my favorites. The N508K one, so, cause I used it before, I think, and so I got on that one instead. So yeah, back to net.
Alright, well, good to know, and I always like people's input who have actually been listening on the Echo Link for a while. So this, our Echo Link's been up for like 2 hours, so we'll get it all figured out, and by we, I mean Rick. So, we'll be working on that a lot. Next on the list is Steve, KI5UKF. He's off on a work call. Thanks, Steve, for checking into the net. Next after Steve is David, K7TVA. David, what's going on, man? What's your favorite radio? Do you have one yet?
Hey, Rusty. David here, K7TVA. Thanks for running the net. I got a bunch of favorite radios, but I'm going to give you the troll answer because my favorite radio of all, this has been my favorite for years and years, is the dual band 2.4 gigahertz and 5.8 gigahertz Wi-Fi access point on the ceiling in the hallway that connects me to the internet. So that's definitely my favorite radio. Get a lot of use out of that one, almost 24/7. What else is going on with me is I accidentally joined Travis County Aries this week. So the way that went down is that I had been for a couple of years on their mailing list in groups.io, and I got an angry email this week that says, hey, you're not supposed to be on our mailing list unless you're an Aries member. So I said, okay, I guess I'll be an Aries member because the mailing list is kind of fun. It's got interesting things on it sometimes. So I joined Travis County Aries, checked into a couple of nets over the past few weeks, and I guess that's going on now. I'll let this draw. We had a pretty good CW net today. I still haven't heard Ernesto send CW, so that's still Ernesto, get on that. But a big shout out to Sam and Pat who make that net fun. It always seems to run kind of long, and I missed the beginning of this net, so maybe I need to send faster to keep it from running quite so long. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow, organized by Will from I think the UT Club, is the first Meshtastic Friday, using those little Internet of Things style Meshtastic radios. I've got one here, but I'm not really in range of any of the other Meshtastic nodes in Austin, so I'm going to take my lunch break tomorrow and go operate Meshtastic Portable and see if I can find the network and say hi. So that's going to be an interesting first-time experiment. And that's all I've got to ramble on right now, so I'll send it over back to you, Rusty, K7TVA.
Well, very good, sir. Yeah, no, Will's not part of the UT Club. He's running the Austin Mesh Club. So he is pretty much exclusively playing Mesh and trying to get that going. I totally forgot about that, too. Thanks for the reminder. Well, very cool, man. Yeah, I have not gotten into the Mesh and the LoRa and all that kinds of business, so maybe one of these days when I need a new project, I'll put that one in. I'm going to put him on from an Elmer's Academy, though, and he can come and chat with us and tell us all about it. Well, very cool on that. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, so the Aries thing. So you got a nasty gram from Aries that you can't be on the groups.io unless you join. So tell us, how hard was it to join, and, what all do you have to do to be a member of Aries?
Oh, joining is real easy. It's approximately as difficult as joining the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Just had to put some information into a form online. As far as within the organization, some of the primary things that they do are, of course, their weekly net, which is a pretty easy net to check into. It's on Sunday nights right before the weekend wind-down net, so you can get a Sunday night 2-for-1. I'll let this drop. And they also do a weekly WinLink check-in to keep that system operating. My understanding is that WinLink is a core part of what the Aries organization uses to assist their served agencies. And then they have some interesting activities. And with just lurking on the email, I haven't really gotten the chance in previous years to see what goes on with their exercises and things like that. So I am actually looking forward to getting properly involved now that I've been given this push and seeing what that's about. But we had I watched on Tuesday night the monthly meeting where they had a presentation from a guy who's a wizard about weather radar, and as far as I could tell, it was all just Rorschach images, and they made no sense. You can look at these and determine where there's dangerous weather. So that was pretty interesting, but also totally inscrutable, at least to me at this point. So that's what that's about. And yeah, regarding Will, I know there's some Meshtastic nodes on the UT campus, so I guess that's why I was confused about him being associated with the UT folks. But at least he's got access there to run those Meshtastic nodes, so that's good. All right, K7TVA, back to that.
Yeah, we got them in touch with the UT kids, and they ran with that. And if those anybody out there is interested in Aries, it's Travis County Aries, tcaries.org. And if you're in our Discord, we have an Aries channel, and we have the emergency coordinator and the backup emergency coordinator, Rex, K8REX, and Glenn, W5MTR. They are both monitoring the Aries channel, so if you're interested in joining Aries like David, if you did not get a Nastygram and you just want to go and hang out and play Aries, you can ping them in the Aries channel on the Discord. Well, very cool. We got David and K7TVA here. Anybody want to chat with David before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
KFIPZN.
All yours, man.
Hey, David. Good to hear you here on the net. Two things. Well, on the CW, I got home kind of late today from doing some construction work, so I I didn't have the time to get on the CW net this week, but I'm trying to. So hopefully next week I'll jump in and annoy the living heck out of you guys. But I have a question on those mesh radios. Is that like a special radio that you have to purchase? Do you need a call sign? How does that work? Back to you.
Yeah, so the Meshtastic radios are, you buy them as like a bare circuit board that has the radio built onto the circuit board and comes with an antenna, although of course like most radios that come with an antenna, you're better off replacing it. So it's just this circuit board, and you connect, it has a Bluetooth radio in addition to the mesh radio, and so you connect to it with your phone, and with your phone you can send essentially text messages, but also like GPS pings and stuff out over the mesh to other people that have the same setup, and then they'll be able to see it on their phone, or tablet or whatever. So there's an Android app and there's an iOS app that goes with it, and that's how those work. And the boards are like $30, give or take. There's a few different versions, some better ones, some cheaper ones that you can get. And then people often do like a 3D printed case, which, hey, if anyone's interested in getting into this and the case is the sticking point for you, I will happily 3D print you whatever case you can find to print for it. There's a lot of different options floating out there. So it's pretty cheap to get into. We got to get more people on it to get the mesh linked up because, like I said, I can't hit anyone else from my house. So, yeah, hopefully more people will join and expand it. K7TVA.
KF5DPX comment.
Go ahead, comment.
KF5DPX, yeah, I think I bought a bunch of this hardware like last summer or something like that to do this mesh thing, but missed a couple of the meetups at Black Sheep Lodge, and then just things got away. So if stuff starts ramping up again, I'd like to put together this equipment that I bought back in that.
Right on, Chris. Yeah, like I said, I have no idea. David, what kind of, what does the network look like? And do we have a lot of these things in Austin, or is it pretty sporadic? Like, how many people do we need to get involved here to make this thing happen?
So my understanding is that there's like 5 or 10 active nodes based on a map that Will posted, although that was a while back, and he said some of them might have gone offline. And those were all clustered around, like the UT area and then kind of down towards Town Lake. Like north half of downtown area. So of course, you and I, Rusty, are quite a bit further north of that, so we need to get some people in the middle to bridge the gap, and then maybe some people to expand it out south. And one other point before I let this go, Ernesto's other question was, is that a licensed thing? So you can use it unlicensed, because it's in an unlicensed frequency band, 900 megahertz, like unlicensed portion of 900 megahertz. And unlicensed, you can use up to 1 watt, which is about what you'll get out of, by default, out of those boards. But it is also a ham band, and so if you put your call sign into the radio, you can use up to 1,500 watts legal limit if you have the equipment to, an amplifier that you can hook on there to use with that. So it works either way. So anyone can do it. You don't need a ham license. K7TVA.
So tell me this also before, while you're our Meshtastic expert unless we got Will here, can I send you like a private text message through it, or is it like a big giant group text? Like how does it work protocol wise that way?
Absolutely. So, again, it's kind of funny that I'm the Meshtastic expert right now because I've never actually sent or successfully received a message on Meshtastic. Hopefully that'll change tomorrow. But you can have kind of open channels, which is what the Austin Mesh is. So, like, anyone who gets one can join that. And you can also have private channels, and the way that works is you share a QR code, and anyone with the QR code can join the private channel. And the private channel can be encrypted for actual privacy if you're using it unlicensed. Of course, anything that you're using with your ham license can't be encrypted. So if you want to use a ham-enabled node, which is just like a setting you set in the app, if you want to use a ham-enabled node, you can't use it on any of those encrypted channels. But you can be on a bunch of different channels. So you can have like private channels with different groups of people, and then be on a public channel as well. And it sort of shows up the way that like multiple text messages, group chats would in a texting app. At least that's my understanding from here.
Well, very cool, man. Thanks for filling me in on that. That sounds rather interesting. At least, hey, if I get one, we could chat back and forth. All right. Anybody else got any questions for David, K7TVA, while we have him here? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, thanks for checking in, man, and hanging out with us. I'm way overdue on this. For those of you that just tuned in, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N508K. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m., so come join us and hang out. For more details about the Oak Hill Club, how to become a member, donate money, anything you want to do, you can find them all out at n5oak.org. Next on the list, it is the man himself, Rick, AI5A. I wonder if he's going to be checking in from Echolink. Rick, are you out there? And what's your favorite radio, man?
Well, I am indeed here, but I'm not checking in on Echolink. Actually, I'm checking in on a Radioless All-Star node that I built over the last couple of days, and hopefully it's sounding okay. I had to do some tricks to get audio levels working and get proper bias voltage for this microphone that I'm using, but hopefully you can hear me. How's it sound?
Your audio as a whole sounds good. It is very low. So if I crank up the audio, I can hear you just fine. But yeah, I don't know if you need to speak louder or if maybe there's some settings you can monkey with. It sounds good. Your audio just is super quiet.
Okay, yeah, I will. There's some settings I can change. I'll tweak that. Appreciate the feedback. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Mainly working on this Radioless node, and then doing some behind-the-scenes club infrastructure stuff, such as getting Echolink working again. And it sounds like we're most of the way there, but it sounds like there's some garbling issues on the Echolink that we need to work through. But yeah, that's been what's keeping me busy lately. And favorite radio? I mean, my dream radio right now is the K4. Someday I'm going to own one, but yeah, that's kind of my radio that I rule over. AI5A.
Roger, man. K4. Yeah, for those that don't know, Rick has taken over our admin role, and he has us on a new hub. He's working on Echolink. He's got all kinds of fun things that he's done for the club, and we would not be here and linked up and doing all the fun things we're doing without him. So thank you, Rick, for making that happen. We got AI5A here on his Radioless node. Anybody want to come chat with Rick? Come with your name and call sign.
I5OS, Alpha India 5, Oscar Sierra.
The floor is all yours, Justin.
Rick, I'm curious, what did it take you to get that Radioless All-Star node going? and because I've got an extra pie here that I may have to try to put one together. I've got a little pie. I think it's a pie zero in a case that I might need to do just to have it as a backup if I need to connect to something and kind of get something figured out there, and so on and so forth. And David, K7TVA, wondered if you and I might connect up offline, if you might be free on Saturday morning. This is AI5OS. Go ahead, Rick.
Well, I am probably first off, I turned up the audio settings a little bit, so I don't know if this helps. I'm looking at the graph. It looks like the audio is still kind of a little bit weak. Could probably go a little bit higher on that. But yeah, so I can write up. I'm actually planning to write up a blog post of some sort, kind of outlining this project, because there's some interesting things I think to make this node, and yeah, ran into a couple of interesting projects or problems along the way, but ended up getting something that I'm pretty happy with. And yeah, so I guess I don't think that really answers your question, but I mean I'm using a Raspberry Pi, using an ARA1 interface, which you can find online. Any All-Star interface will work. We have there's you can get the URIX interface, or Tom K5TRA makes custom interfaces. There's any kind of All-Star interface will work just fine. And yeah, had an old project box, metal project box laying around that I picked up at Belton a while back, a couple years ago, and yeah, just drilled a couple of holes and made some stuff work. And yeah, like I said, I'll probably end up writing a blog post with more details. But yeah, definitely, I can try to walk you through a little bit of what I did, offline. But yeah, I think it's I'm actually kind of happy with how this turned out. I'm kind of I wasn't sure going into this project how it was going to turn out. I'm kind of proud of how it turned out. So yeah, I'll take it. Back to you, Rusty. WZ5VBS in the net, AI5A.
All right, yeah, your audio still is a little low, so tweak on that thing. Anybody else got anything for AI5A while he's here? Come with your name and call sign.
K5JM.
Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Rick, I want to make a cue there with your Radioless All-Star node. It's quite damn sexy. And good job on that. That's I'm inspired to now get my All-Star nodes back in service and get that project done. They will have radios, alas, but that looks pretty cool. So good job on that. And back to net, K5JM.
All right, anybody else got anything for Rick before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, all right, man. I just got a ding from Amazon, Rick, that your micro SD cards will be arriving tomorrow, so it says. So you'll have some presents to play with over the weekend. Thanks for checking in, man. Thanks for doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff that nobody gets to see. And we definitely couldn't do this without you, buddy. Next on the list is Thomas, W5TNC. Thomas, what's going on, man? Do you have a favorite radio yet?
I really I like the Baofeng. The first radio I got when I was a new ham was the F8 HP, and I use that for everything. Like it was a handheld. I would use it in the car with like a lip mount antenna. And I don't know, like I've tried more expensive radios since then. Like I've got a Kenwood and a Yaesu, and some others, but I just like how simple it is to work. You just turn the volume knob and it cuts on, and you just punch in a frequency and go. It's just easy to get started with. So, yeah, that's probably my answer for favorite radio.
Hey man, everybody's got their favorite radio. Mine is the 9700 because it makes me loud. So, well, cool, man. And it was good getting to hang out with you and the kiddo for the fox hunt. Did the fox hunt Elmer's Academy help y'all out any, or was it just kind of fun to hang out and say hi to everybody?
It helped me spend a lot more money. Since then, I ordered an arrow for me and Wyatt, the 2-meter Yagi, handheld Yagi portable, and I got him an offset attenuator. Yeah, and I bought myself one of these Bionics, the Microfox 15, because I think I heard some folks mention that that's what they use. I thought it could be something we could use to practice around here, and I got it and played around with trying to get the tones to play the Ode to Joy from Beethoven for 2 or 3 hours instead of actually doing it for anything that I had intended to do with it. W5 TNC.
Oh, very fun. So you bought a Fox. Yeah, the majority of the club has the Bionics Foxes, and they come in all shapes and flavors. Well, very fun. So does this mean you're going to put together a Fox for the club as well? Because, anybody can, go hide these things and go do that. So by all means, feel free to go throw that out and do it. But sounds like Wyatt is really gaining in some really cool hardware, man. He's got offset attenuators. Now, you need to get him to fly the drone while y'all are out fox hunting and do some video and, start up a YouTube channel or something and keep him entertained while y'all are out there fox hunting.
Yeah, he's super excited now that he's got his license. He's wanting to work satellites and do fox hunts and all kinds of stuff. I've already got him his study guide for the general, so hoping I can get him on HF too eventually. Yeah, W5 TNC.
And yeah, satellites is on my list of things as well. Well, we got Thomas, W5 TNC. Anybody want to come and chat with Thomas? Come with your name and call sign.
PZN. Hey Thomas, just want to say hi. Good to hear you here on the net. Hope to fox hunting's one of these weekends, man. I haven't been fox hunting in a while, but looking forward to getting on it again. So hopefully we'll see you out there and Wyatt one of these days. So this is just want to say hi, man. This is Cat5PZN.
Yeah, hey Ernesto. Yeah, good to hear from you. Yeah, I thought Wyatt might come this weekend and I could take him on a fox hunt, but his mom has some other plans, so hopefully next weekend we'll get a shot at it.
Very cool, man. Just bingos if you guys are going out, so we know that you guys are out there. Maybe we can meet up or something. All right, back to net. This is Cat5PZN.
Maybe if I can get him to get up early enough, we can meet you at the breakfast before we head out.
Well, there you go, man. He'll like that. It's a fun crowd. Usually we drag Rusty there once in a while too.
Yeah, it's just 8 a.m. is kind of difficult for a teenager.
Difficult for me. Do that to poor Wyatt.
I was gonna say. It's also difficult for Rusty. We have to usually bribe him with all kinds of stuff or blackmail him. So, Yeah, but we stay there usually for a couple of hours. We get there around 8, but we stay there for a few hours. So, you don't have to get there at 8 o'clock, usually 10 o'clock by the time we're starting to, leave the place. But sometimes we stay there even longer. So, very cool, man. Looking forward to seeing you guys. KFI, PZN, back to net.
All right, one last call for Thomas. Anybody want to come say hi to Thomas? Now's your chance. Name and call sign. Well, the biggest thing, man, make sure you don't transmit through that attenuator. You'll blow it up. But Thomas also does APRS. I see him bouncing around on the map, so it'll be a fun game for whoever puts out the Fox. All right, we got one more on our first round. We're still in the first round of check-ins, and we'll be done with this. We're going to go talk to Johnny, KG5TNF. Johnny, how are you tonight? And what's your favorite radio, man?
Hey, hello there. How's my signal? I am on a handheld out here at the park.
Coming in just fine, sir, just fine.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's why I love this little radio. The only radio I've ever had for 6 years, giving me good service. Up until about 2 weeks ago, I bought a one that plugs into a cigarette lighter that puts out 25 watts. But no, I've also got a Bofang BF8 HP, a little bit higher gain antenna, a little bit bigger battery, but man, it's been kayaking, bicycle riding, out on the motorcycle. This thing has really gotten around. Anyway, I guess I'll give it back to you guys. I've been having a good time out here at the park listening. KG5TNF, back to net.
Well, tell us what park are you hanging out in, and are you getting any strange looks from people while you're hanging out in the dark listening to the net?
Yeah, the cars are slowing down. Look at the guy on a funny-looking bicycle with a weird-looking helmet and talking into some radio. It's a little neighborhood park over by, let's see, what is it, Chacon and 16th Street, something like that. But, yeah, I live just out doodling around in my neighborhood here. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun listening to everybody. Back to you.
Right on, man. Well, it says, my thermometer says it's 89 degrees outside, so hope you got some water with you. We got Johnny, KG5TNF, hanging out with us. Anybody want to come say hi to Johnny? Come with your name and call sign.
K7PBA.
Go ahead, David.
All right, Johnny, I got to ask because I can't quite make it into the Southside Simplex net some Tuesdays, so my plan that I've never executed yet has been to go operate portable in a park and do kind of what you're doing. So I got to ask, are the mosquitoes getting you? Because that's the thing that always gives me pause. K7TBA.
It's funny you brought up that net. I tried to, well, there wasn't anybody on it unless I had done something wrong. What is that, on Tuesday night? I never did hear any contacts on it. I was just monitoring, and I'd occasionally throw my call sign out there. But no, usually the mosquitoes are not too bad once you get out kind of in the open. They're not bothering me out here right now. Hold on a sec. That reminds me of a question I was going to ask. Let's see. Is there a 444.325 frequency that you guys listen to?
So there is a 441 frequency. That's part of the University Link system, and it is tied in for the net tonight. So whatever you hear on the 320 should be coming, or will be coming out on the 441-325. I'm monitoring it right now.
I must have gotten some incorrect information because it definitely is 444.325 that I have written down. I'm actually talking on 441.325. Anyway, I just thought I'd ask that. I guess I can erase that one. Anywho, KG5TNF, having a great time. Yeah, actually, it's just now cooling off. I'm fixing to go back home. KG5TNF, monitoring.
Roger, man. Anybody got anything else for Johnny before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
TVA?
Go ahead, sir.
Well, Johnny, I just want to answer your question about the Southside Simplex net and not hearing anybody. There are some weeks when it seems like nobody is available and the net doesn't really happen. So I think the takeaway there is drum up some hype in Discord leading up to the net. Make sure somebody's going to be out there to hear you. K7TVA.
All right, last call for Johnny, KG5TNF. Anybody want to come chat with him? All right, Johnny. Well, safe travels home, man. Thanks for hanging out with us in the park. That's going to do it for our first round of regular check-ins. And before we get into round number 2, I'm going to pass it over to Ernesto. And Ernesto is going to let everybody know how you can stay radioactive all week long. KI5PZN and WZ5BBS, the floor is all yours, sir.
Well, right on. And Johnny, be careful out there, man. This neighborhood still got some spicy patches there. All right, well, this is KI5PZN bringing you the list of the local nets that we have access here through in this area so you can stay radioactive throughout the week. We start on Mondays with the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club 6-meter Monday, and that's on the 50.125 megahertz frequency, and that's at 8 p.m. on Mondays. Again, 50.125. We have 2 more nets on Mondays. We have the Williamson County Amateur Radio Club Newham net. That's on the 146.640 megahertz repeater, also at 8 p.m. And the Texas A&M University Amateur Radio Club Information and Training net on the N5 OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system, also at 8 p.m. On Tuesday, the Oak Hill Southside Simplex hosted by Ray, K5BZI. That's on the 146.555 megahertz frequency at 8 p.m. So I heard Johnny saying that he tried. I wasn't around this Tuesday, but like David was saying, sometimes you don't hear people out there. But if you throw your call sign and they can hear you, they might be monitoring the frequency. That happens a lot on the Southside Simplex. People are just monitoring sometime. On Wednesdays, we have the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Net, hosted by, well, a different operator every week. And that's on the University Link repeater system and the N5 OAK repeater system at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, we have 2 nets. We have the Oak Hill CW Net, hosted by Pat W5WTH. That's on the 3.532 megahertz frequency at 7:30 p.m. That's right before this one. And again, that's on the 3.532 megahertz frequency. That's 80 meters. But if you are a technician, you can participate. That's a portion of the CW portion. You can definitely go and operate on that one. Again, 3.532. You don't have to be a good CW operator. You can use an app to decode and use a computer to send if you want to. But it's a fun thing to get into, and the guys are very patient, and I'm learning, and they play with me, so don't be shy. On Thursdays at 8 p.m., this one, the Oak Hill Thursday Night Net, hosted by a different operator every week. It's on the N5 OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system. Again, at 8 p.m. is when we get started. On Saturdays at 10 a.m., we have the K5LBJ Saturday Morning Net, and that's on the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and the 146.940 repeater, and again, that's at 10 a.m. on Saturdays. Also on Saturdays, we have the Austin Amateur Radio Club Elmer's Net, hosted by Jeff, N5MNW. That's on the 146.940 megahertz repeater at 7 p.m. At 9 p.m. on Saturdays, we also have the 220 megahertz Guys Original Preservation Net, hosted by Steve, KB9DSQ. That's on the 224.100 megahertz repeater at 9 p.m. on Saturdays. And if you don't have a 220 radio and you want to participate, it's a fun net, you can do so by connecting through Echolink, connecting to WM9W-R, that's Whiskey Mike Niner Whiskey Romeo. On Sundays, we have 4 nets. We get started at 3 p.m. with the Austin Amateur Radio Club 10-meter weekly net. That's on the 28.410 megahertz at 3 p.m. That's also the technician portion of the 10-meter band, so don't be shy. 28.410, 3 p.m. on Sundays. At 7 p.m., the Travis County Aries weekly net. That's on the 147.360 megahertz repeater at 7 p.m. 147.360 at 7 p.m. on Sunday. Then at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday is the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by me, Ernesto, KI5PZN. That's on the University Link repeater system and the N5 OAK repeater system. Again, that starts at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday. Then after that one, at 9 p.m., the Austin Amateur Radio Club Swap Net, hosted by Jeff, N5MNW. That's on the 146.940 megahertz repeater at 9 p.m. every Sunday. And don't forget to go to n5oak.org to check the calendar for all of these nets. All of the nets. We have more nets too through Echolink, but these are the ones that you can hear on the repeaters and the simplex frequencies. And back to net control. This is KI5PZN.
Thank you, sir, for all of that. Much appreciated. And you got to update your script, man. We got the Absolute Tech Net on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. or no, 6 p.m. 6 to 8. We have the Absolute Tech Net, and it's a fun one. Those guys are really good. It's Linux, Raspberry Pis, anything and everything tech you want to know, they're really good about. So Absolute Tech Net. Everything Ernesto just told you is available on our calendar, and you can go subscribe to the official club calendar, and we will put all of that into your calendar. You won't have to type a single thing. It will just magically show up. All of our quarterly meetings, all the nets, anytime anything gets added, it will magically show up in there. So go to n5oak.org and click on the calendar tab. Thank you, sir, for that. If you just tuned in, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our club call is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We are here every Thursday at 8 p.m. And for all the details about the club, how to become a member, how to donate money, anything that you want to know or do, it is all available at n5oak.org. All right, so we're going to open up the floor for round 2 check-ins. Round 2 check-ins. If you want to come and be a part of the net tonight, get your name on the log. Come with your name and call sign now.
WX5Z, Arlie.
This is KB5MPJ, Kilo Bravo 5, Mike Papa Juliet, Jason Vita.
This is 5 Delta Papa X-Ray, Chris, South Austin.
This is Whiskey 5, Golf Charlie Hotel, Ron in Driftwood.
This is Kilo Charlie 3, Randy, Anderson Mill, coming in on the flagship 320.
is. I-5OS in Austin.
Kilo India 5, Charlie Yankee.
All right, last call for round two. Last call for round two. If you want to get in on the log, come with your name and call sign now. All right, well, let's go back to the top and go talk to Arlie, WX5Z. Arlie, how are you tonight? And do you have a favorite radio?
Hey, Rusty. Yeah, actually, I'm going to say I have two, because it's the only two I have. I've got a Anytone 878 UV2 Plus, and the reason why I like it is because it's a DMR radio, and it's made me do a deep dive into DMR, which I think is one of the most complicated types of radios to have. And so I've learned so much just from learning the radio. And then the other radio I have, which isn't set up yet, is a Flex Radio 6400, and that just seems like an amazing piece of equipment. And once it's set up, it'll be really nice to be on the air here. I'm coming through on the N508KUT setup and repeater, and I hope I'm coming through clear. On my last time I spoke, we discovered my volume was really low on my microphone. I think I've got all that worked out. So back to net.
Yes, sir. You got it fixed, and you sound great, man, coming through on the 775, and very cool. So, yeah, DMR for me, DMR was an after thing for me. I kind of waited around. When I got licensed, I did what I called was my poor man's HF, and that was my open spot and my FT2D. And so that's how I learned DMR. And that way, doing DMR to switch talk groups and whatever, it was just going to a web page for the open spot and changing them out, and it was super easy. So I was always kind of puzzled as to why these people are just like, I hate DMR, this is so hard. And I'm just like, you just go to the web and change the thing, like it's super easy. However, after playing with DMR repeater and then playing with an actual DMR radio and talking RF on the DMR, I see exactly what they're talking about. And yes, it is kind of an interesting can of worms that you can get yourself into. I definitely recommend people shy away from DMR, not because it's impossible, but it will definitely twist your mind a little bit, and it might make you not want to play. And radio shouldn't be that hard, just out the get-go. So congratulations on making that happen. Hope you're enjoying the DMR radio. And I'm curious as to what got you into the Flex radio. Was it just a neat toy, or do you know somebody that has one, or what took you the Flex radio route?
Well, I'm one of those people that researches everything, and in my research, I really like the idea of a software-defined radio. And I was going to get a Flex 6700, and I sort of talked myself down from that and thought, well, I'll start with a 6400. And then, of course, I also bought a Stepper IR, big IR antenna. So that way I have a good match of equipment with, but anyway, it was just a decision I made that from a lot of research and studying it, and I decided that if I'm coming into ham radio, I'm coming big. As you know, I started off, my ticket was an extra ticket from the get-go, and I aced all three tests out in Rockdale. That was not an easy thing to do, and I do not recommend anyone do that. But I studied my butt off for quite some time, and I went in and took the test. So I just decided I'm in it. So I'm in. So I'm coming with everything.
Well, man, good for you. That's impressive. Yeah, I did my technician and held on to that for about 6 to 8 months, and then started studying for my general, and started passing my general, and started looking over at the extra. And the more I looked at the extra, I knew that I needed to get that done. So I kept passing general tests and studying extra, and I did my general 1 month. I did my extra the next month just to be done with it. And then I kind of sat on that for a while and didn't do anything. And for Christmas, I guess it was a couple of years later, I was just like, if I don't buy an HF rig, I'm never going to do this. Like, there's nothing magical that's ever going to make it happen. So I did Black Friday deal, and I got the 7300 and the 9700. It was a Christmas present to myself, and it was just like, here we go, and just kind of went in and started playing. And it's been fun. I don't know if you know Pat, W5WTH, he has a Flex radio, and Kent, KI6HQT, has a Flex radio. So we got some Flex users in the Discord. If you have questions or anything, I'm sure they'd be happy to help you. But yeah, that's a great radio, man. Congrats on that. We got Arlie WX5Z here. Anybody want to come chat with him? Come with your name and call sign.
I5OS.
Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, howdy. I also have a Flex. I've got the 6300 and love it. I think it's a wonderful bit of gear. The folks are real nice too, and don't think that you are stuck using Windows if you're an Apple user, because that is not the case at all. So just wanted to throw that out there. It's really fun. I really hope you get to enjoy that. And just think, if you get a transverter like I intend to get, you can have yourself a software-defined shack in a box. So anyway, this is AI5OS.
I was just going to say, I am a Mac user, and I know that I have all the softwares available, separate from Flex Radio. I think there's a fellow that develops it all, also for the iPhone. But the other thing that you were talking about, having something in a box, I didn't quite understand what that was. Come back.
Yeah, so there are what are called transverters that are made for the Flex. I think they're made by a company called Clear Signal. And I haven't done this yet. I've just heard them about it. But if you'll notice on the back, there is a BNC port that is used for a transverter. So you can hook one of these transverters in and allow your Flex 6400 to also have access to, all the way up to 1.2. It'll basically send RF out the transverter port and drive the transverter. And your transverter can then be connected up to, your VHF, UHF antennas, if that's something you choose to do.
Okay, that sounds like a really cool thing to do. I'm going to look into that. Thanks for that. It's something I wasn't aware of. I've found a lot of different options and things with the Flex radio, but that's one I have not seen. So thanks for the input. Back to Nat.
All right, fun Flex talking here. We got Arlie WX5Z. Anybody want to come chat with him? Come with your name and call sign.
BZI.
Go ahead, Ray.
Lee, I wanted to answer your question. Shack in a box is what Justin said, the term we use to indicate that one radio has all of the usable ham frequencies in it. We call that a shack in the box.
Thanks for the updating, letting me understand what the terms are. Thank you. Back to Nat.
Shack in the box. It's like Jack in the Box, but not as tasty. All right, Arlie is here with us, WX5Z. Anybody else want to come chat? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out with us, Arlene. Have a good week, and hopefully we'll see you here next Thursday. Next on the list is Jason, KB5MPJ. Jason, how are you, man? What's your favorite radio? Is it CB, ham, HT? What is it? You like talking on these things.
This is KB5MPJ. Did pretty good, Rusty. Yeah, so my favorite ham radio, I would say, is my Kenwood TS120S. It's the first HF radio that I got. My parents gave it to me when I was getting interested in ham radio as a kid when I first got my ticket. And this thing is over 40 years old and just keeps on ticking. And really simple. Not a really big radio. It's maybe just a little bit larger than like a 7300. So it's portable. I've had it at field day a couple times and parks on the air. So yeah, just overall a great radio, built like a tank. Another favorite radio is my Realistic TRC 453. It's a CB with sideband. It's a 40-channel mobile radio with AM and SSB. I like it because it's small and fits in limited space in my Jeep, and it has good ears and gets out. With a good antenna, I can, with good band conditions, I can make contacts with no amplifiers or anything, just QRP. Make contacts around the country, Canada, Jamaica. All over the place. It's just with that little radio. And the thing I like about 11 meters for mobile operation SSB is people tend to congregate on a calling frequency, channel 38, lower sideband, so it's 27.385. And also usually 36 through 40, with 38 being the primary calling frequency. And so it makes it real easy if you're driving and you want to make contacts. Everybody's kind of congregating in, on a few frequencies, and you don't have to spend a lot of time spinning a VFO or anything that might be kind of difficult to do while driving. So you can get pretty much the same propagation you'd get on 10 meters, just a little bit easier to deal with while driving. So it's a lot of fun. And I heard you mention DMR. Would not say DMR is my favorite radio, but I just got a DMR radio and it's interesting. I wouldn't suggest new hams make it their first radio, but I don't think it's as bad as people say. I've been getting on the different talk groups and using the repeater, and there's usually a few people out there. So it'd be good to get a few more people talking on the DMR repeater. So back to net control, KB5MPJ.
Yeah, we definitely need more people on the DMR repeater, that's for sure. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with DMR, but if it's your first radio, it can get a little hairy pretty quick there. So that's the only thing I was talking about for sure. And Ernesto has been trying to get me in CB for a while, and I'm refusing. But it sounds like y'all have a lot of fun over there, so might have to get in on the fun. Well, gang, we got Jason, KB5MPJ, down in Buda hanging out with us. Somebody wants to come in and chat with him. Come with your name and call sign.
PZN.
Go ahead, Ernesto.
Hey, Jason, always good hearing you here on the net. And thank you for spreading the 11-meter gospel, man. It's a fun band for sure. I've been having fun with that one, and it's fun because you hear a bunch of people that you can tell they're hams talking on 11 meters just because of all of the lingo that's been used. But well, cool, man. I was going to ask you, did you get to jump in on the CW net tonight? I wasn't able to because I got here late.
Yeah, I did. I got in kind of late. And there were already, a couple of QSOs in progress, so I kind of waited till they were done, and then made contact with Sam K5JM, and Paul N5NEM. So, yeah, I was able to get in there, at the end. And, I like 11 meters a lot. I got my start in radio on 11 meters, so it's always just kind of been something fun for me, and it seems like, there's definitely, especially on sideband, a lot of the guys are hams, and you can tell. As a matter of fact, I made contact with the guy on 38 lower sideband last night. It was probably, 8:30 or 9 o'clock or something like that, and he's a ham and lives in the area, so I invited him over to Southside Simplex, so we ended up talking on FM Simplex for a little bit. So, there's definitely some hams out there. You'll find more people clowning around, and maybe a little frustrating at times because it's kind of a free-for-all, but there's definitely good radio contacts to be made, and still a lot of good operators on there. So, that's all I've got, KB5MPJ.
All right, anybody else got anything for Jason before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
K7TVA.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Jason, I heard you on the CW net, but switched over to this net because time was running a little long before I got to send you a call there. So I'll get you next time, but I like your speed. You sent it at good speed. Sam tries to push me and goes a little fast. And half speed just starts slow and then ramps up and ramps up and ramps up. So good to hear you on the net, and get you in the log next time. Thanks, David, K7DDA.
Okay, David, talk to you next time. A lot of times I don't get home until, it's kind of late in the net. I'm usually getting home 7:45, 7:50, and then I try to jump on and see if I can get in during the last few minutes. So, maybe next time I'll be able to reach you there. And it was good talking to Sam and Paul on there. I picked Paul up he was on an older radio and a little bit off our frequency, but I found him and was able to get over there and talk to him. So, good talking to everybody. This is KB5MPJ, back to net.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll just let the net go along when the net needs to go along. K7TVA.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to talk to Pat. Extend the CW net a little longer is what it sounds like to me. Sounds like we're getting a lot of CW traffic over there. All right, anybody else want to come say hi to Jason? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, man, it was good hanging out with you at Pine House Pizza, and thanks for hanging out with us. Next on the list is Chris, KF5DPX. Chris, how are you tonight? And what's your favorite radio, man?
This is KF5DPX. Doing all right, not a whole lot on the radio front. As far as my favorite radio, it's hard to say. My first radio was my Yaesu V71A VHF UHF radio. I guess I liked it so much that I've got two now. One that's been in my various vehicles since 2008, and then this one sitting on my desktop. Other than that, I got the 7300, but I don't do a whole lot of VHF, like talking on the radio anyway. But even the HF work, I don't really do a whole lot. Even though I have this 7300 at home, what I use most of the time is my trusty old Yaesu 857D, just because I can do the POTO work with it pretty well. So I don't know, it's a toss-up, but I also have the this amp coming in at the end of August. That's going to be for get my Lab 599 up to 60-70 watts. So maybe that'll be my new favorite. So I guess right now it's a long way to say, even though I don't I mostly do portable HF for fun. The radio that's always closest seems to be the V71, either in my truck or on my desk. Back to net.
And my favorite radio is this Kenwood TR7950, and it's just because I grew up with it out on the ranch, and it's an old 2-meter rig, and that's all it does. It doesn't even do tones, and it's my favorite. I don't use it. I use it as my iGate, so it's receive only, but it's by all means, it's my favorite. I don't use it for anything but the iGate. As far as, working radio, then the 9700 is it, but it's because it's the only one that I have. So there you have it. Well, hey, we got Chris hanging out with us. Anybody want to come chat with him? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, man, thanks for checking in with us, and look forward to hearing more of your Parks on the Air stories. It's always fun to hear you going and activating stuff. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our club call is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. We are here every Thursday at 8 p.m., amongst others. So if you would like to learn all the times that the repeater is active, go hop online, n5oak.org. Go check out the calendar. We got lots of stuff going on. Next on the list is Ron from Driftwood, W5GCH. Ron, how are you tonight? And what's your favorite radio, man?
Good evening, Rusty, and everybody out there on the net. Good listening in this evening. My favorite radio right now is my 991A. It seems to be pretty complete radio and easy to use, and some people complain about its menu, but I have learned to use it, and it's got a wide spectrum of features built into it that I like. And so my second radio would be the FTM 300, which I have in my truck, and that's really a very nice radio because I can listen to 2 different frequencies at the same time. And kind of neat because on the air band, I can listen to the tower at the airport and the approach frequency at the same time, so you can hear the traffic at both ends there. It's pretty interesting. And I had a FTM 100 in my truck that I took out, and I'm using it beside the 991A now if I need a second 2-meter rig to work with HF. So that's what I got going here. Just kind of taking it pretty easy, staying out of the heat, and not much going on this week. So back to you. This is W5GCH. Back to net control.
Yeah, I've got an FTM 300 in the truck. It's in my Go box, and man, I love that little radio. And I didn't realize that the 9700 wouldn't listen to all that until I was like, oh, hey, if it'll do it on this thing, because it'll do it. I can listen to it on my FT2D as well. Yaesu opens those things up real well, but I can't do it on the ICOM. And I do the same thing. The planes fly over the house, and every so often it's fun to hear what they're up to and see what's going on. I like listening to airplane traffic from here, every so often. Same way with the scanner. I like listening to see what's going on around, see who's getting in trouble and into what. We got Ron, W5GCH, hanging out with us. Anybody want to come chat with him, come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, Ron, stay out of the heat, man. And thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next Thursday. Next on the list, it's the next door nag, KC3NAG, Randy. What are you up to, man? Tell us, what is your favorite radio?
Oh, hey, Rusty. Oh, yeah, you woke me up. You woke me up here. My favorite radio? It's probably my Yaesu FT450 and my 450 Delta. Because, yeah, I got a pair of them. Mostly because I bought them used, and I figured if one breaks, I got another one. So, yeah, that's my fave, my Yaesu there.
Right on. You got any other fun projects going on out in the garage? Or are you just you hanging out indoors these days?
Well, I'm out in the garage because that's where my radios and everything I like playing with is out here. And I've got a little portable air conditioner, and I just sit here and let it blast on me because it's still usually about 90 degrees in here about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So, hey, it's comfy, man. It's nice and comfy. I got no problems.
Roger, man. Well, anybody want to come chat with Randy, KC3NAG, bring me a name and call sign.
Oh, just one thing, Rusty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was fun chatting with Peachy up in Kylene, and but most of the time I was watching the Ray's video of Ray's radio torture chamber of horrors, as he's like, torturing that radio with that hot iron and pliers and just ripping the parts out. Like, yeah, it was really cool, man. I'd like to see more of that.
I know, right? He doesn't mess around. He gets in there and he figures that stuff out. So, yeah, I told him. I love all the photos and watching him and see what's going on. So, yeah, I completely agree with you, man.
K5BZI. Hey, Randy, you should go check the TechNet channel for the video that's uploading right now.
I'm not real sure what you said, but I think maybe you said there's no video now.
Sorry, I'm on my HC in the kitchen, but you should check the TechNet channel on Discord for the video that I just uploaded.
Oh, Roger Dodger TechNet channel. Yeah, okay. QSL.
All right, anybody else got anything for Randy while we got him here? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, thanks for checking in, Randy. Go check out the TechNet. I'm gonna have to go do that same thing. See what Ray put up there. Next on the list is Justin, AI5OS. He's to the west of me. Randy's to the east of me. I'm in the middle, stuck here in the middle with you. Justin, AI5OS. What's going on, man? What's your favorite radio?
Oh, man. My favorite radio of all is probably, I'm going to have to say the Kenwood 520, the 520 SE. It has just been a beautiful radio. You just can't beat it. They're easy to use. You just load them up, and they're just so reliable workhorses. I think my other one is probably a TS2000, right? It's a shack in a box. It's, you know, long in the tooth now, but, you know, what it did, it was really pretty amazing. So I'm a huge Kenwood fan. Really enjoy their stuff. There, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I've got a Kenwood radio here, and I love it. Everybody I know that has Kenwood says good stuff about them, so it's definitely a good brand. Their new little HT that came out that was like $700, it looked neat. I kind of wanted one, but I've got this FT2D that does everything that I need, so I'm kind of one of those that you got to wait till it dies before you buy a new one. But yeah, man, Kenwood makes some good products. Well, we got Justin, AI5OS here. Anybody want to come chat with Justin? Bring your name and call sign.
K7TVA.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Justin. I heard you calling my name earlier. I'm assuming you're still looking for help raising that hex beam up a little bit?
I also got MPJ to help. I was wondering if I could, you know, get your help. I've got a couple of wires that are also a little loose that just need to be kind of wrapped back on it and just kind of zip tied, which I've got all of the stuff here to do it. I just need some bodies to help me do that, just to get those wires tied off and you know, fed back through the S hooks and get them get it raised up. Yeah, get the telescoping pole raised up. It'll take two people, so this is good.
Yeah, man, no problem. Saturday morning is good. If I get up in time for it, I'm thinking about checking out the Waterloo breakfast. So whenever time that is over, I will head your way.
Whatever works for Jason as well, we can do that. If that would work, maybe I should just try to come to the Waterloo breakfast Saturday morning.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do, then I guess we'll see you there. K7TVA, back to net.
KB5MPJ.
Jason.
Yeah, Justin, I was just going to say, you know, if you do want to do the Waterloo breakfast, I could do that, and then, you know, whenever we could head over to do your antenna. I'm pretty open in the morning, so, you know, I guess whatever works for you. You know, like if whatever time, you know, if you want to just meet for breakfast, that'll work for me.
We can all meet up there. I got to figure out how to get to the Waterloo Ice House and figure out how to get there from here. But yeah, that would be fine. We can come and you know, two of y'all to help me get it done afterward. That would be perfect. I really appreciate it because I love this hex beam. I will tell you, for anybody starting out in HF, the hex beam is a wonderful antenna. And why are you may be asking, well, why are you having so much trouble with it? The thing is this is a rebuilt hex beam, and so what it is the method used to crimp the wires wasn't as strong as we would have liked getting started, so we're kind of having to go back and just as a temporary method just to kind of zip tie the ones that have come out just around the crimps so that they will stay. So anyway, I've got the stuff here to do it, and we'll just take it from there. But it's a wonderful antenna. This is AI5OS. Once we get it crimped and get it raised up, it'll be amazing.
TVA?
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, Justin, if you want to go to the breakfast, the obvious logical thing to do is for me to just pick you up, because I'm just down the street, so I can pick you up at like 7:40-ish, and I'll figure out exactly what time, and we'll head down there. We'll come back. We'll fix the antenna up. It'll be a good Saturday.
I truly, really appreciate your help. And, okay, well, that'll work. Cool. I've never been to Waterloo Ice House, so I'm excited.
Yeah, me neither, but right on, man. I will see you Saturday, K7TDA.
AI5OS.
And just like that, we're going to need another table at Old Man Breakfast. All right, anybody else got anything for Justin before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard? Well, all right, man. We'll see you at Old Man Breakfast Saturday at 8 a.m. At the Waterloo Ice House. If y'all want to come join, anybody out there wants to come join us for the Old Man Breakfast, all the details are online, n5oak.org. Just click on the calendar tab. It's officially called the Austin Amateur Radio Club Breakfast, but we call it Old Man Breakfast because it's full of old men. All right, next on the list is Al, KI5CY. What's going on, man? You got any favorite radios over there?
Yes, I do. I have a brand spanking new favorite radio that I just got about 3 weeks ago, a Yaesu FT710, and I'm loving it. But I gotta also give my seconds to the DMR radio I'm speaking on right now, the 878UV2, which got me all back into the ham business, and I've been on it now for, I guess, almost 8 months, 10 months maybe, and I love it. But the FT710's got me all excited about 6 meters, and I've been trying to do my 6 meter antenna, and I've been trying to do this, and really need to, I guess what the best way to do it is coordinate on the computer with the net there, and kind of see who's up there and try to communicate.
You are correct. 6 meters is a magical band, but it disappears just as fast as it appears. So yeah, go get on the 6 meter Monday. I know Justin, AI5OS, has been playing, James, KI5UXW. There's several people that are trying to keep the old 6 meter Monday up and running. So yeah, go get on Discord, go make some noise on there, see if you can get some people out there. But yeah, we've got several people in the club that want to play in 6 meters. So by all means, make it happen. We got Al, KI5CY, hanging out with us. Somebody come say hi to him. Give me your name and call sign. Well, man, I'm probably putting everybody to sleep here. So if you're not doing anything at 8 a.m., come meet us at Waterloo Ice House for breakfast on Saturday, Al. Come hang out with all the old men. It's a good time. We drink lots of coffee and lots of BS to be had, and lots of ham radio stories and all kinds of fun. I got Sky putting in the Z's on the Thursday night net, so he better come check in. Before we start round number 3, we are going to remind everybody once again, because the FCC really appreciates it when we follow the rules. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Our call sign is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I am your net control for tonight. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m. It is time for round number 3. Round number 3, regular check-ins. If you want to come say hi, or just tell me I'm a butthole, show up, give me your name and call sign. We're going to open up the floor for round number 3.
This is N5LX.
This is Kilo Golf 5 Uniform November Kilo, Doug, North Austin.
This is KJ5 AVR, Travis and Kyle.
have it. We got Sky N5LX. Doug's up late, and Travis. Sky N5LX. How are you, man? What you up to? And what's your favorite radio, brother?
Hey man, this is N5LX. Just hello to everybody out there, and I'd like to hear more from Ray. Sounds like he was letting the magic smoke out of some of his radio gear tonight. I'm always interested in hearing and seeing stuff like that. Let's see, favorite radio, probably just whatever radio is at my fingertips. Like a lot of hams, it's like I got the radio disease, you know. It seems like I always feel like I'm one radio short. But I have a 7300 that I really like for HF. It'll do 6 meters. I think I made an antenna for it temporarily, but I don't have a 6-meter antenna right now. But I've got antennas for 15, 20, and let's see, 10, 15, and 20, and it actually works okay on 17 meters too. But anyway, I also have a couple more radios that I really don't need, but you know, I have them. Got the FT 818 and FT 891, and I've been using the 891 with my mag loop, and really it's a pretty basic radio. I mean, I guess it's kind of an older design, but it's solid. I mean, it really works good. As far as HT goes, I'm going to do a quick reset. I got an FT70DR, which is a pretty good radio. It's kind of delicate, or some things. I already had to do a little repair on it. But the other radio is, I just got one of those little Anytones. I think the same one that was mentioned earlier. Let's see, I can't even remember the model off the top of my head. But it's a really good radio. I was kind of pleasantly surprised. I've heard that it has a few glitches, but so far I think the user interface is pretty intuitive. It looks like a really good radio. Anyway, I like them all.
Man, my 7300 is my favorite HF radio. It's also my only HF radio. So there you have it. Well, very cool, man. We got Sky hanging out with the infamous Sky Fox, and he's the official Austin Jigger Finder. Anybody want to come yell at Sky for bug bites or bleeding, calves, whatever it is, you want to come talk to Sky, come with your name and call sign.
KFI-PZN.
There.
Hey, Sky, I heard you asking about me over there. I'm over here trying not to blow myself up.
Please don't.
Yeah, I connected the wrong wire to the ground and did a smoke test on a 80-year-old resistor, and it passed.
Well, if you haven't already, the really old big electrolytics are a lot more fun if you get those things reversed. Those are pretty. It's like fireworks.
Man, I had a big 80 big power tube go out on me right before the net, and it put on a pretty cool show. It looked like a lava lamp, man. It was awesome. I wish I'd had my phone handy to record it.
I can't remember what it was. I think I was working on an old audio power amp a long time ago on the bench, and one of those paper electrolytic caps got reversed. It was probably my fault, and it blew up, and the smoke filled the room, and the guys were all yelling and complaining and opening the windows, and I never heard the end of it, man. That was that was a story. It was an event.
Well, I've pulled, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, probably 20 wax paper caps out of this thing just in the last couple of days. And it's starting to come to life, but slowly but surely.
I am a big fan of triodes, so that sounds really cool, Ray. This is N5LX for ID.
K5BZI, back to net.
If a diode doesn't work, triode another. All right, K5PZN, you're next. You're up. Go for it.
Hey, thanks. This K5PZN. I was just being silly here, saying that the reason why we didn't get more chiggers is because Sky fed them all. They're well fed by now. This is K5PZN. Good to hear you, Sky.
Thanks, Ernesto. I was just going to say, I mean, as far as chiggers and burrs and all that stuff goes, I mean, I'm hiding the fox, so I'm not, you know, it's like if there are bugs, I'm getting the same bug bites, so I can definitely relate. So that's why the last hunt, I don't think you did this last one, but it was, the fox transmitter was a lot closer to the trail.
To this last one, but I keep telling you guys shower too often. That's why, because I never get that problem. Back to you.
Yeah, I think mosquitoes are the same way. They like me for some reason. Anyway, this is N5LX, and I'm gonna hand it back to Rusty.
Yeah, this is exactly why I take Ernesto with me everywhere, because his smell keeps him away from both of us. So we're good to go. All right, anybody else want to chat with Sky before we let him go? Come with your name and call sign.
KC3, NAG.
Oh, yeah, get in here, Randy.
Hey, Sky. Someone mentioned, like, earlier, like, having a drone or something. I was wondering if we couldn't have, like, a Sky Fox. You know, like, move it every couple hours or something. I mean, I think we should have a Sky Fox.
I think Rusty could tell you the story about that, but yeah, we did have a conversation about drones with one of the UT kids. And tell them about the Sky Fox, Rusty.
Oh man, we can't tell them about that because then they'll be looking for it. But I put it this way: the UT kiddos are some devious little people, and after their ideas and hearing all the things they wanted to do for fox hunts, I definitely became very worried about the future fox hunts for the UT club. That's all I can say. All right, it's not in my front yard. That's all I can tell you as far as our next fox hunt goes that I put out. We got Sky hanging out with us, N5LX. Anybody want to chat with Sky? Come with your name and call sign. All right, well, Sky, have a good night. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Let's go talk to Doug, KG5UNK. Dude, you're up late. What's going on with you? Tell us what your favorite radio is, man.
Well, evening, Rusty, KG5UNK. I guess I'll have to go with my 991 for HF. That's what I mainly use it for. And then mobiles. Yeah, mobiles vary. I've got a couple different ones. So that's about it for the radios. And you know, I do like working the 6 meter as well.
All right, so we got Doug in on the 6 meters. You got to look for Al, KI5CY. He's getting his 6 meter stuff put together. What you got going on for the weekend, man? Anything fun?
Oh, man, it's the last race for the break.
I know, and I have it recording, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to have to set a reminder for the next one because I've just been kind of week to week in it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Getting a little F1 action in on the weekend and having some fun. Well, cool. You gonna go play with the Skyfox and put that old Doppler to work, or you got other plans?
My only plan is it's still too hot, and I don't get up early enough to on the weekend anyway. I would like to. I'm waiting for cooler weather to come, and it's just around the corner.
Oh, absolutely. When I think of August in Texas, I think of cool weather by all means. But yeah, hopefully October somebody will turn this damn heater off and we can actually go back outside. We got Doug, KG5 UNK, hanging out on the repeater with us. Anybody want to come say hi? Come with your name and call sign. Well, be that way, y'all. See how you are. All right, Doug. Well, enjoy your breakfast at a normal time on Saturday, and I'll be chatting with you about the F1 race for sure. Next on the list is Travis, KJ5AVR. Travis, how are you, man? What's going on, and what's your favorite radio?
KJ5AVR. Hey, Rusty, how's it going? My favorite radio's got to be the Yaesu VX6R, I think it is. Yeah, the handheld. That's the one I've had for the longest and the one I've used the most. I think my other one would be the 817, 818 series.
Roger. You got anything fun planned for the weekend, man?
Well, I run a lawn care business on the side. I do lawn renovation, golf course lawn, etc. So I'll be outside in the sun all day, just figuring out ways to keep this grass alive in the heat. But that's pretty much my plans for Saturday and Sunday.
Oh man, well God bless you. My yard, I'm lucky. I live in a neighborhood where nobody really cares about their yard. We don't have sprinkler systems, and so for the most part, my street is just dead. I think the last time I officially mowed the yard was a good 4 months ago, and it just, it is what it is. When I moved down here, I started trying to find some people to mow the yard because I don't have a mower, and I was told by several that my yard was too big, which I found puzzling because I'm like, this is like literally your job to mow yards, but whatever. So finally found a good dude, and he treats me right. So I don't have to do it, thank God. But man, it's been a while since I've seen him, and one of these days it's going to rain enough that the stickers will grow and spread even more in the backyard. Anybody want to come talk to Travis, KJ5AVR? Come with your name and call sign.
This is November 5, Alpha Papa Delta, Danny in Johnson City.
Well, howdy, Danny. Come on in and talk to Travis.
Well, we're just going to say hi to Travis and see how in the world everything is going on.
Man, I'm really just staying busy. I have a full-time job with a major telecom company that I do during the day, and then I do lawn maintenance in the evenings and on the weekends. So my life is pretty much work. I don't check into the net very often just because I'm listening, but I'm usually mobile or on a handheld, so I don't think I can reach it at all the places in the neighborhood I'm at. But that's basically what my life is right now, is just work. Work in the morning through the afternoon, and then I leave the house around 5:30 to go do some lawns.
Well, good deal. I know I hadn't heard you on the net, so I just wanted to say hi and just say hi to the net. This is N5APD.
All right. Well, thanks for checking in, Danny. And anybody else want to say hi to Travis? Come with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. Well, have a good night, Travis, and I hope you don't work too hard. Stay out of that heat, man, as much as you can, and keep the grass all pretty. Next on the list, I'm going to check him in, whether he likes it or not, is Danny, N5APD. Danny, man, good to hear you checking in on the net. What you up to, and what's your favorite radio?
This is N5APD. Hey, Rusty and everybody on the net. Well, let's go to the rock cutting first. For 2 hours, I've been working on a breadboard and my laptop, and just perfectly content with sitting here and enjoying listening to the net. And then I heard you wham about losing sleep, and I said, well, you big old hairy man, baby, you're losing sleep. I'm just going to go ahead and check in or say hi to somebody just so you can stay up just a wee bit longer. Back to you.
Well, now all you're doing is making me complain more because it's going to draw out more people. So, I'm glad. Yeah, no, I'm usually up till 2 in the morning. It's getting up early that sucks for me. I can stay up with you until 4 in the morning, no problem. But getting up at 4 in the morning to go do something, I'm just worthless. So I know you get up early to go do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, no, man, I'll be up for a little bit. But, nonetheless, I'm glad you checked in. What are you working on, your laptop and a breadboard? What kind of Frankenstein you building over there?
Well, over the years, I've gotten some really nice breadboards, some analog and digital breadboards. There's always a safe way to do a project on there, and that way you don't have too much smoke or too much high voltage anyway. And then I've got a new laptop that I got, a couple of months ago, and it's got Windows 11 in it, and I have just been de-bloating and trying to blow the thing up and getting all the adware out of it. And so I think I just about got her licked, but yeah, anyway, that's kind of what's going on. It's been a good net, and I've kind of enjoyed listening. Back to you.
Right on, man. Like hearing you checking in. So we've got an Elmer's Academy for contesting on Tuesday night. If you're interested, it's in the Discord. And then I want to make sure you put this on your calendar. November 4th. November 4th is the N5OAK Park Potluck. Now, hopefully we'll get to see you out there. So put that on your calendar. Saturday, November 4th. We've got the one and only N5APD hanging out with us tonight on the net. Anybody want to come say hi? Come with your name and call sign. Well, Danny, my whining made you call in and made everybody else change the radio, so that's how it is. Have a good night, sir, and maybe we'll see you at Old Man Breakfast on Saturday, 8 a.m. sharp. It'd be good to see you. Well, that is the end of round 3 check-ins. We got nobody else that wants to chat with us, so we're going to do another ID. We'll go to round 4, see if anybody wants to come play in round 4. If not, I will shut up and go do something else. If you just tuned in and you're wondering what all this whining's about, you're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Our club calls N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I am your net control for tonight. We are here every Thursday at 8 p.m. It usually lasts at least a couple hours. We're coming up on, 11 p.m. So if you want to learn anything about the club, join us, give us money, anything you want to do. It can all be found at n5oak.org. We are on round number 4 of regular check-ins for the Thursday Night Net. If anybody else wants to come out and check in and hang out and have fun, get your name on the log, come with your name and call sign now. Last call for Rick to recheck in and call me a butthole. You going to come in here and play, Rick?
I mean, if I get to call you a butthole, sure. Why not, you butthole? Hey, good net, Rusty. Thanks for running it. Appreciate it. AI5A.
Yes, sir. We got it's 11 o'clock. Oh, it looks like the University Link system disconnected. Anybody else want to come check in before we shut her down? Now's the chance. Come with your name and call sign. All right, well, that's going to do it for tonight's Thursday Night Net. We hope you had a good time hanging out with us. The Thursday Night Net is a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. For more information on the club, becoming a member, or to learn how you can donate, visit us online at n50ak.org. This is WZ5BBS, and it is time to bring tonight's Thursday Night Net to a close. We're going to signal all the repeaters to switch back to regular amateur use, and while they're doing that, I'd like to thank you for inviting me into your home tonight. Have a great weekend. We'll see you right here next Thursday for more ham radio fun. 73, y'all.
Thanks, Rusty.
Right at the 3-hour mark. Bravo, sir. K7TVA.
What a whiner, Rusty. KC3NEG.
Everybody has to be good at something, Randy.
Well, now we know your forte, Rusty.
Yep, I'm whining and I'm full of crap, and that's why all y'all love me. So take some of that.
Well, Rusty, you know we all love you.
Oh, totally, dude. I love, giving and receiving crap both ways. It goes both ways. And no, man, I love everybody in this club. It's a good group of guys and gals.
Yeah, Roger Dodger. KC3NEG. I'll be clear.
KF5HKQ from AI5A.